on Twitch so I can share the link.
I mean, y'all see my quality is good, right?
Yeah, your
You
quality's good. I want to see. Look, we already starting up. We ready to go. See on. Oh man, look at that resolution.
It's
Ooh,
so crisp,
look
man.
at that. Look at that. Man, Amazon, Jordan, you guys looking
Send me the
good.
link because I don't have it, bro.
You guys looking good today. What's up, everybody? OG over here from PlayerEssence. Welcome to another PE podcast. We at number 56, and I don't know if what happened this week. Was there any big news that happened this week? Was there like something that was going on?
It was a little dry. It was a little dry this week, honestly.
Was it a little dry this week?
Well, I think I heard something about a company committing capital murder on everybody.
I heard that too. I heard that too.
The only thing that's dry, I guess, would be what? Sony ponies?
Ubisoft's press conference? Ubisoft's press conference is a bit...
No, actually, no, there is breaking news. EA was actually better than Ubisoft. That's breaking
Was it?
I don't know if EA is anything. They're like, hey, Star Wars. So
Yo, who is that? Jordan? Is that you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that tier 1, Jordan.
no problem.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the Fire Nation, my boy. How do you enjoy your stay so far here?
It's been great. All of 10 seconds I've been a part of it.
Nice.
And by the way, that wasn't Prime.
I know. I noticed that. That was not Prime. I noticed that. That's some hard dedication right there, man.
But guys, if you have a Twitch Prime, which means you have Amazon Prime, you can hit subscribe on this channel for free every single month.
Oh my god, dude, Jordan!
And OJ gets kickback. OJ gets kickback to support the streams, and you don't pay anything.
What is Jordan? Thank you so much for mentioning that. Yes, that's true. We are streaming on Twitch. This is something a little bit new that we're doing here. And yeah, YouTube is stupid. So we're gonna be streaming on Twitch from now on, boys and girls. You guys will notice that we do have emotes and we have loyalty badges that have been updated. And it's going to be a cleaner, better experience for you guys, the users overall. But thank you so much, Jordan. I appreciate that and letting people know about that.
No worries.
But yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So how's everybody doing today? We've got the nice cast of people around here. We've got Jordan Fringes here. Jordan, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic as I can be. Glad to be here.
All right. We also got Baron. Baron's here as well. What up, Baron?
I'm doing absolutely splendid because my company is doing me well. They're doing me well.
Doing pretty well there. All right. And also we have our guest, Abaddon, who's been coming on pretty recently. But Abaddon's also here too. Abaddon, how you doing today, my man?
Doing good. Thanks for having me back on, man.
It's good to have you here. Good to have you. Nice shirt that you're wearing too. I actually got
Thank you, sir.
adjust a little light in this place. It's a little weird. All right, so yeah, today we're gonna be talking about a little thing called E3 that recently went down over there in Los Angeles, not too far away from where I'm at here. So yeah, we are gonna be talking about that. Should be a lot of fun. We're gonna be talking about a variety of different things, all the different press conferences. We're gonna be talking about the different companies that were there, what the best of the show was. That's pretty much what we're gonna be talking about the whole night. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Abaddon here, my man. So out of the conferences, let's just go ahead and break it down, I guess, starting from, it was, I think, Sunday, or it was like Saturday, or Sunday, I think, right? Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
the big conferences. Who was first again?
Microsoft.
Microsoft was first. And Microsoft, what did you think about their show?
Could have been better. Much better. I think outside of Phantasy Star Online 2, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, there really wasn't too many things that got me excited. I feel Gears 5 was a waste of space because it's just a CGI trailer. I feel like they could have did a lot more with that slot. I feel like Phil Spencer and Xbox shouldn't hype up and say, give us this big number of games. Hey, we're going to show you 60 games and 14 new IPs, and yet nothing really there was overwhelming. Nothing there other than Phantasy Star Online 2, which is actually a 7-year port by now.
That's worse than Final Fantasy 7 Remake in terms of the time it took them to get that over here.
And I'm one of the people who, this, I'm one of the people who's actually been waiting for that game to come over to the West. And it's like, yeah, I was hyped. Like, I was really hyped for it. But in hindsight, it's like, what else did you have other than this?
In hindsight, wait a minute. This came out 7 years ago. We've been bamboozled.
Exactly. So it's like, and here's a little thing. The best resolution is still going to be on PC, so it's like just play it on your PC. If those of you who watch it, if you got a strong PC, get it on PC. It's going to cross play with Xbox anyway, so you can still play with your friends. But outside of that, Xbox, I wasn't really too impressed. Cyberpunk was okay. That happened too. Keanu Reeves happened. I think he was more hyped than the actual game. And that's sad.
From what they showed, they didn't really show much gameplay.
Exactly, and that's the thing that I feel like I that's why I love Nintendo's E3, because Nintendo's E3 is packed with gameplay. This we barely got anything worth of real value. It's just, hey, this is coming out. Come out, wait for it later on in the future, and then so that's what I think.
So, well, did you see Battletoads? You didn't think Battletoads looked good?
Nah, I'm not a Battletoads fan, so I shrugged my shoulders during that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Good for the people who's waiting for this game. Wasn't for me, so that's how I felt. Fair enough, but overall, if I had to give them a rating, I would say D+, C-. All right, needs improvement.
All right. So, Jordan, I know you've been busy with a lot of different stuff here, but did you have time to watch Microsoft show?
Oh, I sure did. In terms of sheer announcing things, Microsoft's gotten a lot better at saying, hey, look, we do have things, in terms of wowing, nothing really wowed at the conference. There's a lot of like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's neat. But not a lot of showing. It's just like, hey, we're going to do this and this, but nothing to show for it. And I think the biggest disappointment, even over the Halo, like, oh, cool, there's a cool cutscene from Halo and announcing that it's a launch title for the next system, was Gears 5. I think it was very disappointing how they presented Gears 5. They have this weird long intro that just shows like the face morphing to a Billie Eilish slowed down song of what, Bury a Friend or whatever the song was. And then it's just, that's it. Like, it's like, hey, we're gonna do some dope stuff, and also let's just talk about multiplayer. We're adding new stuff in, but again, we're not showing you anything. And by the way, the game comes out in a couple months, which blows me away that it's a September release, 3 days before Borderlands 3, and we have seen nothing from the gameplay. It is so close to release at this point. It is literally less than 3 months away right now, and we have not seen how the game plays, and that has me concerned. I've always been kind of iffy on the direction they're going with this. They've even stated multiple times they're taking it in new directions and being really risky with it, where they played Gears 4 safe. Now they're playing Gears 5 a little more spread across the board. Has me worried about that as a Gears fan, not going to lie. I wish there would have been stuff to show. There was nothing really that wowed me too much at the event. Cyberpunk's one of my most anticipated games. Whatever, here's some more cutscene trailers. Doesn't do much for me. The Keanu Reeves thing was dope. Admittedly, but that's just because Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves. Yeah, it was just ultimately, it was a show. I'll say that. It was a show. Was it a great show? No, but it was a show. It did happen.
Okay. All right. So I want to before we get to Baron on this one, because I know he's going to say all sorts of great things about Microsoft. I do want to say thank you to Dorkman with the tier 1 for the Twitch Prime thing, or no, just a subscription tier 1. So thank you so much. Welcome to the Fire Nation, my boy. And also for the follows, there was a bunch of people who followed. MTY, Sean, Jordan Friends, thank you for the follow. Odd Sally, Respawn Legion, and Hosted Radio with the host as well. Also Ethan R with the 500 bits. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. I appreciate that. All right, so Baron, you want to go ahead and let us know how you felt? I'm pretty sure you felt pretty good about this show, right, with Microsoft?
I'm being quite honest with you. I actually thought it was good. On some serious ish, I thought it was good.
Okay.
What I did not like is their execution of their conference. I like that they showed Tales of Arise. I like that they showed Phantasy Star Online 2. I like what they showed from Bleeding Edge. I like that they showed Halo Infinite, and I like that they showed that Halo Infinite is going to be a launch title for Scarlet, and I like that they gave a launch window for both of those things. Those things were great. But the problem was you got to show me some gameplay, man. I don't
Yeah.
understand how you come up there and you don't show me gameplay for your big heavy hitter that is Gears 5. You came up there and showed a CGI trailer after CGI trailer after CGI trailer. You even contracted WWE superstars to come on your stage to sit in front of a TV screen with the game loaded and not play it.
Did
I
you
don't
notice?
understand that.
Did you notice on their stage that on each side of the stage, and I guess underneath it in that weird
It had
vent,
demo.
it had demo stations everywhere, and not once were any of them used.
You know what's even
It wasn't
funnier?
you, so I'm really
No, go ahead.
what?
No, I'm just gonna make it fair. You said
I
that.
was trying to figure out like.
I'm just gonna be quiet.
Go ahead, have it.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, I thought I was the only one that noticed that. I was like, why is there gameplay demos on the side of the stage and they never used it? Which makes me think that they probably changed some shit in mid conference, because that'll make no sense. Why would you put not PlayStations, but actual demo stations next to the stage and you never use it? That blew my mind. I don't know what the hell that was. But that's what I think about that. I think they had some good stuff, but they just executed it poorly to the point that some people just didn't like it. I was able to look beyond that and look at the actual stuff that they did announce, the actual announcements, but you got to show us some gameplay. But they did show that they wasn't the only ones that wasn't going to show us gameplay for that whole 4-day period. So
Yeah.
that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Well, I thought you were gonna be a little bit more not so. So you seemed like it was okay. So I gave Microsoft a C plus, and the reason why I gave them a C plus was because they did have a lot of games. You know, maybe they didn't always appeal to us, but you can't understand that. Hey, they brought a lot of games to the show, so that's really what it's about. There was a lot of CG, but there was gameplay, and a lot of them. There's some independent titles and things like that. They finally showed Battletoads, and Battletoads. I mean,
Oh my God.
I mean,
What? Who made
Oh my
that?
God.
Who brought their kid to work to make that?
Kid Smooth, who's a big Xbox. He said that they made it with Microsoft Paint. So I mean,
Yeah,
at
least they're using in-house software to make it. That's
yeah,
good.
that's true. No
I'm
royalties.
gonna
on
tell
that.
you this. It doesn't make any sense that World of Goo on the Wii looks better than that game.
Wow.
That's how bad that shit looks. That's how bad that shit looks.
Well, no, it looks like
looks
Wonder.
terrible.
It looks like Wonder Boy. You know, it looks like Wonder Boy, and it looks like the games that like you've
No,
played
it looks
Wonder
like old computer games. You remember like those Jumpstart like first grade games or like Jumpstart second grade?
It doesn't look
It-
that bad.
I'm
does
a-
it?
Yo, it looked like
I'm gonna be
those
honest
animations
with you.
where it was
My
like,
dude said it
I
looked
would be
just
honest
challenge.
with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oregon Trail on PC looked more impressive than that.
okay, now that's a stretch.
Oregon.
Yeah, I would just go for it. Say Chips Challenge looks better than this. Go ahead.
I
While
mean,
you're at it.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing here, guys. I thought they would go with like a 3D, like 2D game, right? Or like the type of beat 'em up, but like with 3D graphics in there. So like not like just like nice quality not like it doesn't have to look like freaking crazy, But I thought they'd go with. I didn't know they'd go with like that type of graphical style with Battletoads. I thought they'd go with something just a bit grittier. And I think that's the reason why we didn't see the game for such a long time. We would have had to hear for the past, year or 2 years, Battletoads looks garbage. See, now it's just like, okay, well, Battletoads doesn't look that great, but it's close to, I guess it's going to launch this year, right?
Bro, I want the gritty, realistic Battletoads like from Killer Instinct. Like, give me realistic Battletoads at this point.
That's the problem, is Killer. That's the biggest problem, was Killer Instinct. I think Killer Instinct got people's expectations for how the Battletoads could look on current generation hardware. And everyone's like, "Yo, they look freaking amazing." And it ended up being not necessarily so good. So shout outs to, we got a couple different Twitch Primes here. I got one more thought on Microsoft though, and we'll kind of go back around. Flip999 with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the subscription. Welcome to the Fire Nation, my boy. Also, Jordan and Dropout. Jordan Dropout with the Twitch Prime.
I'm not leaving the call, damn it.
Damn it, Jordan, drop out, Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan Dropout. Thank you so much, man, with the Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. I think I've played against you in Smash Brothers on Abaddon's channel, right? Abaddon? Was it
It's
Nintendo
probably
Direct?
Nintendo's Direct.
Yeah, I think
China.
I've definitely played against you in Smash Brothers. So good stuff, man. Good to see you. I think you were Ganon, if I'm not correct. But anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like him.
Thank you, man, for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Glad you can come be part of the Fire Nation, my boy. And I appreciate the Twitch Prime. And remember, guys, with Twitch Prime, only for $4.99, you can be an elite ninja.
Or if you have Twitch Prime, it's free.
Oh yeah, if you have Twitch Prime, it's free.
Y'all trip.
But if not, it's $4.99.
But it's not.
still
It's
worth it.
$4.99.
Y'all are really. Hey, y'all gonna stop burying YouTube in here, damn it.
Screw YouTube, dude. Screw YouTube. Screw 'em. Anyway, no. Anyway, moving on. So
I'm really feeling it.
like, shout outs TKR Vids with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, TKR Vids. I appreciate that. See, look, it worked. So one more time around the horn here, guys. Microsoft show. We're gonna go ahead and give grades, overall grades for Microsoft show. I gave it a C+. Abaddon, you said once again, what was your final score?
D plus C minus.
Give one score, damn it.
C plus.
There you
C
go.
minus. C minus. C minus.
C minus. All right.
Yeah.
Jordan dropout. I mean Jordan.
I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. The only thing it could push it to a 6 is that Games Pass Ultimate is $1, and I upgraded to Ultimate for $1 this month.
I gave it a C plus because you reminded me because of Sarah Bond. There you go.
Dude, I'm telling you, that Game Pass deal just gets
Oh
better
my
and better,
god,
man.
bro.
Now you can get Metro Exodus not on the Epic Store now.
Was she not quite a bit of a fox or not, dude? She's very good looking.
There was some very nice looking people this year on certain stages.
She was definitely one of the topper tiers up there.
Oh yeah, she's definitely in the top 3.
This man, who was it? Doc Trey. Doc Trey was like, man, she can get it. I was like, well, what the fuck? I was like, Doc, chill, bro.
I think my favorite.
I had to do. Oh,
No,
go ahead.
go. You go ahead because you're lagged out a couple seconds behind. So go ahead.
I had to delete some of the tweets I was going to make about Sarah Bond. That's how much she got me. She got me bad. I was I'm totally not focused. I'm about to go buy Game Pass, damn it.
Bro, I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
I saw your tweets.
I was like,
You
wait a
got
minute. I was like, she doesn't come with Game Pass, so wait a minute. Let me just.
I got I think my favorite, in like a weird way, like it's just because it was so weird. I was into it. Was Maria Zook, who did she was the crazy girl in Devolver Digital's presentation.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was like, who is this, and why are we not on a honeymoon in Hawaii right now?
Bro, you need to buy some Devolver Digital games.
Bro, I'll fund every game at this
You
point.
need to fund the games, bro. All right, so Baron, and your final score?
7.5.
7.5
out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
7.5 out of 10.
Bro, Sony could
Hey, y'all gotta understand, I'm a Gears of War fanatic, man.
But they didn't show you
anything. I'm a
Hey,
Gears
hold
of
on, wait a
War
minute.
fan,
Let me say to my defense, I like the concept of escape. I like the concept of that mode. I like Tales of Arise, like I said. I like what they're doing with Scarlet. I like what they're doing with Halo, even though I'm not a fan of Halo. I like what they're setting themselves up to do in the future. So they had a lot of games, like you said. It was just that if they supplemented a lot of that CGI for gameplay, we will be actually debating if they're actually on par with Nintendo's conference. If there was gameplay there. You know what I mean?
They had Let's Go playing. They were playing Let's Go by Trick Jaggy Little John, dude.
Yeah, yes, they did. I mean, even the chance to show Cyberpunk on stage, they didn't even take advantage of that. So it's like,
But the problem is
but you know,
Cyberpunk's already been seen. Like we already saw Cyberpunk. Like, you know what would have been good? Would have made the show maybe a little bit better. I mean, I guess having some new gameplay. I don't mind if a game has already been shown off before, but give us something new.
yeah, new gameplay, of course, not an old game.
Yeah,
At
like
this
give us
point,
a new
there's
segment.
no excuse for at least half the games they showed with upcoming release dates that we didn't get announced again. I think it's completely terrible. I think it's like blasphemy that there's no iota of gameplay for Gears. It comes out in less than 3 months.
September.
There is no gameplay.
Yeah.
We have not seen it in action and in engine and how it looks right now.
It
We have
wasn't
been told promises.
Wait, hold on. It wasn't in engine last year, E3?
What did they show?
They showed a little bit of. Didn't they show a little bit of gameplay at E3 last year?
Didn't they show it to a
It
cutscene where
was,
they were
it was a
like,
trailer with in-game graphics, though. It was a trailer with in-game
yeah,
graphics. But
yeah, but that was a year ago. Where's the now? It comes out in
Yeah.
less than 3 months. What
Yeah.
is this game? What is the story? They talk more
to
about
tell you this,
online.
Jordan.
Well,
But
I
to
was,
say this, Jordan, though, they showed gameplay immediately after the conference.
yeah, I'm about to say that. I'm about to say that.
Okay.
But why not at the conference? That's when everyone's watching. Not everyone's
I
there.
don't know why they did
But
that.
we need a new trailer. Like for example, we needed a new trailer for the game. For example, like when you like they showed off like Astral Chain, right? They showed it off in February at the Direct. They showed off a small snippet. And then at E3, what did they do? Dude, we got a brand new trailer. They blew it out with gameplay, but they showed us the trailer. Even though we already saw a trailer and there was going to be Treehouse gameplay, what they do? They showed us a new trailer with new elements. You know? So, like, I think it's
They
important.
should have did that. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it because they were talking about how Gears is going to be, you know, revolutionary in terms of some of the, like, what they're changing up. I was like, okay, well, just show us a little trailer, like, actually talking about that, you know? Like, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm actually at the gameplay right now. It looks pretty solid so far.
Well,
What gameplay is it? Is it online gameplay or is it story mode?
It looks like story mode.
Okay.
Garrett's
Is
5
that-
E3 2019.
Okay, because
It
I
is definitely
want
story
to
mode.
watch story mode. I haven't even looked at anything. I've been besides the conference watching. I've only had some of the Nintendo Treehouse running in the background while I'm working.
Gotcha.
So that's about it.
I watched a lot of gameplay. I watched a ton of gameplay on almost every game they put out on the floor. So Gears was definitely one that had a lot of gameplay. And I was like, why y'all just didn't show this during the conference? I was like, I don't get it.
yeah. Well,
I don't get
it is what it is. I mean, we'll see. Microsoft, I don't think, like I said, I don't think the show was like super horrible. But at the same time, I mean, like Jordan definitely gave it the worst score out of all of us. He gave it an F, basically.
But like a lighthearted compared to the other stuff. That 5 is a good rating. The only thing, like, I'm happy they had a lot of stuff they're working on.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're like, listen, we got a lot of games coming. That's great. There were moments in the conference that I was like, yes, that's cool stuff. I'm excited for it. But the fact is, when you're on this stage, it's not just the announcements that get people excited. Because you can say anything. You could just be like, Half-Life 3. You can put the text behind you. Everyone's going to freak out in the crowd, right? But it's the fact of showing what you're saying. I heard a lot of talking and not a lot of showing. Not a lot of doing. Not a lot of being like, here's what you're going to get. Isn't this dope? Because anyone can have a CGI trailer, all right? I'm not watching this to watch trailers to a movie. I'm watching this to watch trailers or gameplay that shows gameplay. I want to see what it looks like, and a CGI trailer can make any bad game look good. So don't fool me with that. I need to see something substantial. And Microsoft, while it was probably the third best conference, it still didn't show anything, you know? Like, it's just, hey, we got Gears 5 happening, but we're not going to show you now, or you could search it up later on your own time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought it was very interesting. Got a couple different follows here. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the migration over here, guys. And like I said, you are going to get a better viewing experience. It's going to be nice. It's going to look a lot better. So I think it's SHM for Chara with the follow. Also, Diplex Jupiter 32 and K19. Yo, shout out to the French fan with 50 bits, man. He says the demo stations at the stage in the Xbox presentation was for after the event. I saw it on iJustine vlog. I got a question while you're watching that. I got a question while you're watching that vlog, but I mean, no, I'm joking. That she's super popular. But no, yeah. Apparently that's what it was for, I guess. So yeah, people afterwards playing with the WWE superstars or whatever. So yeah, it is what it is. Overall, yeah, I gave it a C+. I thought it was, but we'll see.
It was mad.
It was okay.
So
it was okay.
So me and you basically gave the same rating, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, even though I said, what? You gave it a 7.5, I literally gave it the same thing, pretty much. Actually, I gave it technically a little bit higher, apparently. So, yeah, I mean, they had Phantasy Star. There you go. They had Phantasy Star.
That was the hypest thing there, honestly.
Yeah, they had and guess what? Did you hear the news about that? Apparently, that's coming to every platform.
Yeah, Phil Spencer did say that. He said that eventually it'll end up on every platform.
It's already on Switch, so all it's left is PS4.
Yeah, we just need a localization of it on.
Yeah,
on Switch. So, well, apparently the localization. I think Microsoft help pay for that localization? I think they did. I think they helped pay for it.
If they're announcing it, I think that they're the ones who definitely put out that money for it.
Yeah, because I think they're such a bum company. Oh my god! I'm just like they're such bums.
Trust me.
They're
They
such
feed off
bums.
everyone else. They just appear on everyone else's things now.
Trust
They're
me,
like, oh, we're
you're
here.
not wrong.
Like that's such a crummy. I mean, like I can like. Well, I don't understand, but even like the collection of mana, like we're gonna talk about that later. But at least Square Enix came with a freaking remake of the game that we didn't get. I mean, that's one hell of a. I'm sorry for never putting that game out. You know, like they came with a freaking remake of Sicken. But we'll talk about that because that was something. But anyway. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. What was the next conference in line here, guys? We had Bethesda was next.
Bethesda was next.
All right, so Bethesda. This was another. This might have been one of the worst shows that I've seen until another conference we'll talk about right after Bethesda. But dude, Bethesda's conference is bad, man. I'm just gonna go real quick because I don't have too much to say on it. But it was not very good. They had the crazy. This is when the people in the crowd started going absolutely nuts. Well, even in the Microsoft crowd, they were going nuts. But like, there's like these crazy hype men in the front going, yeah, like not letting the developers literally finish a sentence sometimes, cutting them off in the middle of their sentences or in the middle of what they were talking about. That was very annoying as a viewer.
I've heard that it's a rumor because everyone's like, oh, they're paid, right? Mm-hmm. I'm hearing a rumor that they were actually just trolling, like to be annoying to the people on stage. Like, oh, this is great, like ironically, but it didn't seem that way to everyone watching. I've heard that.
Okay.
Which I can believe.
That'd be absolutely hilarious.
More than people paying them, but I also don't put it past Bethesda to do something like that or just fill it with employees and to pretend that they're attendees. Something like that.
I guess they were interviewed, like the front row hype man. And he's like, no, I'm just a really big fan. That's what he said. Like the guy that was, like he said, I'm a big fan. You know,
of what?
I don't know. They were clapping for everything.
There's two good things that happened. There was, oh look, Doom Eternal gameplay. Wow, finally some fucking game. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but we're on Twitch now. It doesn't matter. It's look, some gameplay, and then that one girl who is really energetic and happy, right? She was at that one for the Ghost Wire game.
Yeah, she was very cute. She was very cute.
Yeah, she's in the top 3. You know, like she's like she was having fun. Like those are the two genuine moments. The funniest thing to me was like, all right, guys, for Fallout 76, listen, year 2, we got you. All right, we're gonna put NPCs in the game that are not, they're not real people. They're just actual real characters in the game. You don't play as their humans. Fantastic, everyone. Woo! Finally, it only took a year to add something that the game needed. But then they hit you with, but you know what we put in this game that you all really wanted? A 52-player battle royale. They couldn't even get 76-player battle royale just to make it funny. A 52-player battle royale in a game series that doesn't have the proper mechanics for a battle royale. This is great.
Yeah,
this is amazing. I literally thought that was a joke. I was on the phone with Tyler Clean Prince as this was happening, and he wasn't watching it at the time. I was watching. I was like, "Bro, you won't believe what I just looked at on the screen." He thought I was joking because it's so stupid. It is the dumbest thing ever. No one asked for a battle royale in Fallout 76, and if you did, you're a liar or you're just a sadist. So that's what I gotta say.
Might be a sadist.
Well then,
anyone else want to chime in on Bethesda? Feel free.
Well, that night I couldn't watch it the night of, so I had to watch the replay. I almost fell asleep.
You almost fell asleep during it.
Huh?
You almost fell asleep during Bethesda's?
Yep.
Man,
I was bored.
That's how bored you were, dude?
Like, literally, I caught myself, like, I was like, okay.
Elder Scrolls Blades, dude, on Switch.
Whoa.
You weren't ready for the Elder, even though we knew it was coming like a while ago, but Elder Scrolls Blades on Switch, that's not something that gets you hyped?
Bro, they had nothing to show.
Like, the
two biggest games.
The only thing I feel like was worth showing, and you didn't even get to see Switch gameplay of that yet, is Doom Eternal. That's it. And then it's
that
like,
looked great. That actually looked really good.
That was like the best thing of the conference. So it's like, okay, that looks good. But then after that, it's like after you look at that and you look at everything else, it's like, I don't know. I didn't care for it. Okay. I didn't care for that. And yeah, we didn't get to that part yet. So yeah, that's it. That's
I think they had a lot of CG there for games that were like already out. Like the new expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online. It was like it was CG.
That 5-minute CGI trailer where it
Yeah.
just showed a cat person take down a dragon for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you show some gameplay? Like, why are you showing a CG trailer of a cat man?
This is a dope movie. Like, yeah, it's impressive. It looks really cool. But I know for a fact the game on the highest settings on PC doesn't look anywhere close to what this is showing off. Like, it's ridiculous. It's all this money spent in wrong places.
And on top of that, they had some cool stuff like the Ghost Wire or whatever, and then like
Sounds cool.
It sounds cool, but once again, CG trailer. Deathloop.
Same thing with Deathloop.
Yeah, sounds cool, but CG trailer. No snippet of gameplay. I mean, we got more gameplay in Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah,
we got more actual footage of the
in-game stuff. You know, like what's funny is like the two biggest things that people are waiting for Bethesda to speak on, right? Is Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, right?
Yeah.
We both know those are next gen titles.
Yeah.
And he said that next year they're a long way away or whatever. And the only update we got on anything was that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be able to be played for like 10 years. That just means you're going to do what Elder Scrolls 5 did and just release it on every system you can for 10 years.
And the amount of DLC that they had for Skyrim was pretty substantial too. So.
Yeah, but it's like, cool. You didn't show any. You might as well not even talked about it because there's no point. If you have that was the thing that had me most interested. Except they're like, hey, Fallout 76. Here's a couple game titles that we're not going to show you shit on, and then here's Doom Eternal. Okay, goodbye. I'm look at me. I'm Todd Howard. I forgot his name for a second. I was so disgusted. But it's just so bad. There was nothing there. It's not. I will say this. It's not the worst conference. It is the most boring conference. There was nothing that I might as well just watched YouTube trailers. That's what I felt like.
Pretty much. But what about you, Baron? Thoughts on Bethesda's conference? I'm pretty sure you liked it, right?
Yeah, he's saying a lot right now, but he's muted, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I bet he likes it.
My bad, I didn't do myself.
I was like, he said a whole bunch. Okay.
I muted myself. I forgot because I didn't want to hear y'all hear me drinking my juice and shit. But
what kind of juice?
What kind of juice? It's actually an electrolyte drink.
Crunk juice. That's what it was.
Crunk juice.
Because he was listening to Let's Go.
Let's go. Oh, you saw my Travis touchdown?
No, I'm talking about the what's it called, Trick Daddy. That was like the age of like crunk and all that.
If
you know what I'm saying?
Let you get it. Let me know. Hey, I love that Gears had that song in it. But anyway,
that song was heavily edited, by the way.
Heavily.
There was like barely nothing, dude. It was like edited past the radio version.
Look, I'm just giving them credit for using a rap hip hop song, okay? Because usually they don't do that.
Last time that happened,
but
was
that's
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat was better.
Oh, that was not a good fit.
Is he still in the States or did he get deported?
No, he's been in the States again.
Oh, okay.
He's still fighting that case, but he's still here.
Yeah, man.
Bethesda was a little bit more lenient because they did something that nobody has ever done on the stage of E3. They came out and admitted they were wrong. They didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't sweep it under the rug. They didn't try to pad it or make it seem less effective than what it was. They came out and admitted they was wrong with Fallout 76, and they admitted they deserved every piece of criticism and every piece of, FUs they got. And you got to give them credit for that because has any other company ever did that? Especially on the E3 stage, has any company ever did that?
Yeah, Sony did it.
But
Sony.
When?
Back with the
PS4.
the PS3 when PSN went out for like all those months, they went on E3 and was like, "Listen, guys, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room." It was back when Jack Tretton did it.
Oh no, they tried. No, Sony tried to sugarcoat it, but that was a little bit different. This is a game that people pay money for, and it was absolutely trash. It didn't even work.
People pay for PS. Well, yeah, you're right. PSN's free. PSN's free, so okay, yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, PSN was free. PSN was free, so
Yeah, so I give them credit for that because that takes a lot of balls to do.
Hey,
You know
PSN's
what I mean?
down right now, so
Yeah, it is down
Yeah,
right
it
now.
I can't wait for all this more free stuff we're gonna get.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
down right now, dude. But hey, 60
I had to
bucks.
give
well
them
spent.
credit for that. They tried
right.
to make Fallout 76 look better, but they really didn't make it look better in the end. They really didn't. Everything in between there was absolutely boring. I don't know what the fuck a Commander King was, and I really didn't like it after they showed me what Commander King was.
It's
You didn't like it. What was the show? I think it looked like Johnny Test intro that they like
Oh
the
my
theme song they
God.
gave to that. Like,
And what-
see, it's so weird. The last one we got was a Game Boy Color game in 2001. Like that was the last release.
Well, they released something on the Switch. They released the original game on the Switch.
Well, yeah, they poured it, but I'm saying like an
Yeah.
actual new release. Like, and so funny enough that someone we know got that leak correct before they had to take the video down.
that was just crazy, man. Wolfenstein Youngblood looks really good. Doom Eternal looks really good. I like the new battle mode with the Doom Slayer versus the demons and multiplayer. And that was pretty much it. I think this Orion garbage they was preaching is terrible. And you got CGI to death. I love the concept that they told me about Ghostwire, but I didn't really see anything. I love the concept about Deathloop that you told me, but I didn't really see anything. So that pretty much was. It was just like Jordan said. It was Wolfenstein, great. Doom Eternal, great. And after that, it was like, you just CGI'd me to death. And you scared the hell out of me with this old riding talk because I'm tired of all this streaming shit. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Everyone's going to have a streaming service, whether you like it or not. that's the rule now.
We're gonna
and
talk.
The next conference we're gonna talk about having a streaming service in a streaming service.
So let's go around the horn here, guys. What are your conference grades for all of them? I gave Bethesda I think I gave them a D.
You gave him a D. Not surprising. Not surprising. I'm not surprised at all that you gave him a D.
I didn't get that until you just said it.
Hey,
at least he's given the D.
Yeah, I was just about to say, at least I was giving the D this. At least the runners have changed. The runners have reversed.
Man.
So I gave him a D. I think like a D minus or something, or a D plus. I'm not really sure. I gave.
He said that with pride now. Watch this.
It's like, yes, I gave him a D. Really? I gave him a D. That's my final answer. Abaddon, what's your score for them, man?
3 out of 10.
An F.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? When people want to be nicer, they'll go to the number system.
Said it.
You know, instead of saying like an F, like just say an F. You know.
The number felt worse. The F felt like I was being too nice.
All right.
At least to me.
Okay.
Damn.
Well.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Baron. What'd you give him?
I'm giving them a 6 because they are still the best third party that is supporting Switch. And Wolfenstein and Doom Eternal is 2 of those games that are coming to Switch, and they both look phenomenal.
Square Enix kind of.
So I can't.
I want to say Square
Enix is literally stomped all over Bethesda right now.
Hold on, whoa. Hold up, wait a minute. We gonna get to them. Relax.
No, there's no question. There's no questions here.
Oh, Square Enix.
Hold up, bro. Bethesda been there since day one. You can't take that from them.
No, I'm not
really
saying.
can't.
Okay, but that's
and they continue to show that support.
Okay, that's true. But
what support? Battle Royale.
We're grading the conference, and we're not grading their support for Switch and their big games. By the way, which comes with an empty box of Doom or of Wolfenstein. We're not grading that. I'm just talking about like. I'm talking about like
they're
the
supporting
conference.
the Switch hard. We got a 2011 game with Skyrim.
I
we
gave
got Fallout
it a 6.
We got Fallout. We got Blades. We got 2 mobile games, dude. That's so much support, dude. They're killing it on Switch.
I gave it a 2
killing it.
out of 6. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I really liked what I saw out of Doom and Wolfenstein. I really did.
Okay.
I was sold on the concept of Ghostwire.
Okay.
But they didn't show me. They didn't show me Ghostwire. They didn't show me Deathloop. But from what they was talking to me about, I liked it. But I liked the idea. But
see, you know what's funny because
that's why I gave it a 6. So
okay. Well, Jordan, your score.
Bro, that's like a straight 2 out of 10.
Oh,
that's a F. That's a major F.
That's an F minus.
That's like an X. That's like almost at Z, dude. Like it's far down the alphabet.
God, Jordan. So they get no points for you for coming out admitting they was wrong. None?
No, because they do the same thing every time they're in a controversy. Like, let's make a joke out of it. Tahar comes out. Well, I guess we had a rough launch. But you know what we're putting in to fix it? Shit that should have been there and Battle Royale because we know you wanted it. No one wanted it.
I don't think
they're the company that are the furthest away now from understanding their fans. Like the people in the audience may be screaming, "Well, yeah, Bethesda will blow you," whatever. But like, that's not realistic. That's not like sure when there's a new Elder Scrolls, sure when there's a mainline Fallout, sure the Doom Eternal shit. Like I give that more to id. You know, like that's I don't even care about Bethesda when it comes to that stuff. But it's like, bro, like they don't. Their other stuff, there's nothing, man. Like they're becoming a shell of what they once were. 2 years ago, you could look at Bethesda and go, "Wow, Bethesda, you're doing some pretty good things. Thank you for always being supportive." And then ever since last year, they've just been on a roll where it's like, "Hey, how do we mess up worse than how we just messed up? I know. Let's have another controversy and fill that controversy with another one, and then shove a battle royale into it and spank it on the ass on its way out." That's the problem today. Bethesda is not the same company they were. I don't know what happened to them, but they are not the Bethesda we knew a few years ago. Just a few years ago. Last year's conference was 10 times better, and that wasn't even the best conference. You know, like it's
I
night and
agree
day.
with you. I mean, y'all can relax. 6 ain't. That's not a real passing.
No, that's how you feel, and that's not the best grade. Yeah,
that's not a passing grade, though.
I feel as a fan who supported Bethesda, who has a damn Vault Boy on his arm as a tattoo, who loves Fallout to death. I am disgusted with how they've treated their franchises. They don't treat them as what they once were. Games that the fans loved and that there was love put into them. It is just money, money, money because you trusted us before. And like now it's like, bro, you're like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you still. But you fooled me 7 times now. I can't feed into you.
Bro, that's what I just said about YouTube. And you disagreed with me on that a little bit.
But that was coming from a different perspective. Now I have other things to say afterwards. Now that I'm seeing some other stuff, but listen, because there's a thing. There's a difference where Twitch is showing that it's just as great, if not better, for you right now on here than on YouTube. Bethesda has not come around and say, you know what, we're sorry. Here's how we fixed it. They just said, Jordan, we're not sorry. But
I was just joking, by the way. I was just joking.
No, I know, but I am disgusted at Bethesda, and they're not even the worst conference this year. This isn't just me being petty towards them as a company for how they're treating their franchises and their fans.
Yeah, definitely. Eric P with 100 bits. Thank you so much, Eric P. Says Doom and Wolfenstein are id. Yes. No, Wolfenstein. Wait, no, they.
I don't think Wolfenstein is.
No, I don't think so. I think those are all. Bethesda publishes them. It is just like the company that makes the games, right? Then Bethesda publishes them. So
those games. Yeah. Not with like the Fallouts and the Elder Scrolls. Those are mainline Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like they have their in-house stuff. It was their own thing, but now they're owned.
Also,
I trust id. You know, Rage 2 is there, but I trust them.
I mean, they're adding some content. They showed off some more content.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be better for the game. I think the game's going to be nice. Like when the game goes down in price, and then you can just get that content. You're like, okay, now here's
I don't think the game is bad. I just think it's a very bland game. It's not as bland as the first one though, which is good.
Yeah, the first one's kind of bland, but I actually like the first one.
I don't mind it. John Goodman's in it.
I think I liked it because of the type of they hyped it up with the tech. You know what I'm saying? Like they super hyped that game up, and like they didn't do the same thing with this one. It's like, okay, well, we've been there, done that with all those systems, so it wasn't like as hype heading into this one. You know?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, like because they were hyping up. I remember they were hyping up like I know you were like 7 or something like that, Jordan, at the time, but like they were like hyping up. Like the AI in the game and all that, like towards like super advanced, and like they were really hyping that up, you know? So yeah. Anyway, I played that game nearly 10 years ago. So, all right, Electric Empire, thank you so much for the Twitch follow. Appreciate that. Also, Diozam with the Twitch follow. Also,
Electric
Deadman.
Empire, Finch fam.
Yeah. Shout outs, man. French fam coming through. Also, Deadman1367 with the Twitch follow. And that, I mean, speaking of a Deadman, that might be Ubisoft's conference. Speaking of Deadman, oh my gosh, Ubisoft's conference. We're gonna go ahead and move on.
Oh
to Ubisoft.
my god!
This conference, and I'm just gonna start off, and I'm not sugarcoating anything. This conference was horrible. This was one of the worst conferences I have ever seen at E3, hands down. And it compiles on top of that what they were doing to YouTube channels after.
I was gonna say, are you just being petty because it took down your channel?
I'm not being petty.
Yeah,
it's a combination.
Petty,
it's a combination of me potentially being petty, but it's
I'd be there with you if it happened to me.
But this conference was so bad. It was so bad that I couldn't, like, even when I was watching it, it started off kind of cool, right? Because you had the Watch Dogs Legion, that was kind of cool. But they spent a lot of time on certain things, and that's great. But it seemed to me like it was just over and over of just, we're going to talk about this one game for a long amount of time, and then we're going to announce necessarily nothing new. There was like barely anything new. Just Dance, the same stupid stuff with Just Dance, and it's just, man, I don't. They talked about DLC for, like, they spent a lot of time on what was it, Division 2 DLC.
You like the dance offs, man?
Dude, that's what caused all the problems. You can't have a good conference and then you are shadow striking people that are watching your stupid conference. I'm sorry.
Bro, literally, this conference, like they had such a like the most, like some of the most hype going into it, because they could have been like, yo, here's a new Splinter Cell, here's Rayman, like here's some cool stuff, here's Nintendo on stage because here's Kingdom Battle 2 or whatever. Like they could have had some hype ass conference. Like there was a lot of like, okay, let's see what you got, Ubisoft. And they should have just retitled this Tom Clancy, because everything in this conference was Tom Clancy. Hey, here's more Tom Clancy's A Division. Hey, you like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege? Well, here's another Tom Clancy Rainbow Six with zombies. Here, you like you want Tom Clancy mobile game? We got that. You want Tom Clancy Ghost Recon?
We got that, baby.
We got you. It was Tom Clancy the conference. There was nothing else besides Tom Clancy and a Just Dance performance.
And God versus Monsters, but like a CG.
But what was that? That was nothing.
It was a Breath of the Wild clone.
No one knows what the hell it is.
It's a Breath.
Hey, from the makers of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Cool. Where's the gameplay? Well, we don't have any for you. Okay, let me go pre-order it right now.
Literally, it's Greek. From what I understand, it's Greek Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that sounds interesting as shit. Show me it.
Yeah, they didn't show us it, and it's coming out next year too. I think it's coming out early next year.
It's like I love Wood, right? You know, Wood from Beat 'em Ups, right? Major homie. He pre-ordered. I saw on his pre-order list. He pre-ordered that game, and I was like, bro, it's not even coming out for a long ass time, and two, what made you pre-order it?
I think it's like early February.
But like, what made you pre-order it? There's nothing. At least with the other stuff on his list, he pre-ordered. We saw gameplay.
It's
heard about.
It's Greek Breath of the Wild.
But that's all we're told that.
Yeah.
You were told that. Where is the showing? That's the problem. You want to speak of not showing stuff. Ubisoft was like, here's Tom Clancy, but we're not going to show you anything. Hey, look, here's Tom Clancy. All right, moving on. Hey, look, Division 2, that's Tom Clancy. All right, moving on. Like, hey, here's a mobile game. You guys like Splinter Cell? Hi, look, we got Sam Fisher in there. Look, we did it. We brought him back. This was just so. You think Bethesda's out of touch? I don't know what Ubisoft was doing. They had nothing, because they don't have an Assassin's Creed this year. Their next one comes at the end of next year, which will be a dual release title for the next gen consoles and current consoles. And it's going to be this Viking Assassin's Creed. And everyone's worried about all these games, turning into games as a service. Let me tell you what, after the second, maybe the second to one after this next Vikings Assassin's Creed, which may be the Japan one, but after that, there's going to be this online service of Assassin's Creed that lets Assassin's Creed be all these different generations at once. It's this big online service Assassin's Creed game is what they're trying to build up to. So if you don't like games as a service, well, and if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, like I am, and the new way they're going, I'm very skeptical with what they're going to do with this. And I think if anyone's out of touch, Ubisoft's getting out of touch. They had the highest chance of winning and doing some good stuff, not winning the whole conferences, like in general. Nintendo stomped everyone in that, but it's like what happened here? If you didn't have anything to show, cancel your conference. You know, honestly, most of these conferences shouldn't have happened. They should have just pulled a Sony.
Right.
Sony was right. If like Sony was like, listen, we ain't got shit, but hey, Death Stranding is coming out at the end of the year. That's all we got to tell you. See you later. Like, cool. Gotcha, Sony. Thanks for not wasting our time, because everyone else really just said, here, watch us for an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're going to waste your time.
Well, the biggest problem, but the thing about it, though, is like, I don't even think it's like that simple. And actually, well, I'll get to this point and just, Abaddon, you want to go ahead and talk about Ubisoft, what you thought about them?
Watch Dogs.
Legion, you like that?
That's it.
That's it.
Bro, Watch Dogs, I don't care about Watch Dogs 1 is one of the worst games I've ever played because it blatantly lied and the game mechanics suck. I totally skipped 2. It looks boring. You can't like regularly hurt people in that game. You have to non-lethally take people down. That's stupid. That's not what I want to do in a video game. In the third game, it's like, it's Watch Dogs in London and you could be anybody. You want to beat his grandma? You could beat his grandma. I guarantee you this mechanic is not going to work the way they promised, because they have lied every single Watch Dog.
There's no way it can work the way that
there is no way.
Yeah.
I can see if it's like like there's designated certain characters you can do, but they're saying, oh yeah, anyone you see. I'm like, yes, I want this bland ass NPC walking down the street with a beanie on. Yeah, I'm gonna play as him. Never mind, I want to play as this midget. Never mind, I want to play as this circus clown. Like, why? It's not gonna play like that. It's just a lie.
That's what I want to look at, because I think what drew me to the game more is the fact that permadeath could be a real thing with the characters you take over. I'm like, so that made it somewhat interesting to me, but I was disappointed with Ubisoft all around. Usually Ubisoft is super strong with Nintendo support as well. This year, it's just...
They weren't super strong with anything, though, this year. It wasn't even like they weren't super strong with Xbox One or PS4 support.
They were just dry.
Do they have... What's their big game for this holiday? What's their...
Just Dance.
Just Watch Dogs, right? Just Watch
Dogs. Just Dance. Just
for
Dance.
the Wii, baby. For the Wii.
No, but is Watch Dogs...
That was Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Ghost Recon.
Watch Dogs is next year.
Yeah, Watch Dogs Ghost Recon is this year. I think they're probably going to do Splinter Cell. I think that's going to be next gen Splinter. They're going to just wait for PS5, next Xbox for Splinter Cell. Yeah, but I mean, to Jordan's point, like, I think that this E3 would have been better if they just actually, like, if it wasn't so CG, like a lot of CG, and if they just showed gameplay and even on what they brought, like, it would have been better. Like Watch Dogs, it was cool they brought gameplay, but like there was a bunch of CG, and they talked about a TV show. That's another thing. They talked about a TV show in this one.
Which the trailer they showed was overextended and didn't seem that funny. I like the person who came out on stage. I like It's Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm sure the show is going to be funny. We're at a gaming convention.
Yeah.
This is for games. This is like when we had what's the conference in Germany they do every year?
Gamescom.
Gamescom. That's like last year, the opening ceremony of Gamescom. Instead of talking about games, they sit there and talk about the country's politics for 10 minutes. That is not what we're here for at a gaming convention. You bring me a TV show, like I love TV, I love movies. I'm watching a game convention. I would much rather these conferences be 45 minutes and give me 3 games, but show me gameplay. I'd much rather less games and actual something there, not just announcements, titles, and at least give me something to be excited about. Is there this big of Tom Clancy fans where they're getting hyped up for every single Tom Clancy product? Like, I know people who only like Siege. I know people who only like The Division. I don't know how spread they are in the other games. This is like, hey, here's every Tom Clancy IP aside from Splinter Cell. Like, I don't know what we saw. Like, I could not tell you what to be excited for here. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. Uplay Plus. It's going to be inside a Stadia. So if you want a subscription service that's going to cost you $300 a year inside of another service that's going to cost you an absorbent amount of money a year, like, great. Spend all your money on digital shit.
Yeah. And get shadow striked.
And get striked on YouTube for saying anything about Ubisoft. You react to their con every year. Listen, for anyone who streams it on YouTube or streams it online in general, just don't give Ubisoft the time of day anymore. Skip them. They're not worth it. Even if it's on Twitch, learn the point. If they're gonna act like that, you don't deserve to give your time in showing them up.
I'll never stream another Ubisoft conference. If I do, I mean, it'll be on Twitch. Nothing's gonna happen on it, or I'll just mute the audio from Just Dance, because that's really what it was. It was Just Dance that screwed up everything.
Yeah, and I knew that was going to be the problem. Everyone was worried about that again. I was like, it's probably going to happen again. It's not like these companies cater to YouTube.
The problem with this is that YouTube allows them to do this. That's
That's another part of the problem.
Yeah.
That definitely is.
YouTube literally allows them, but not only do they allow them to do this,
they don't give no check. They don't check to see if this stuff belongs to people who claim it. So any random person could even claim the stuff too, which is even more annoying.
The biggest problem is that they have a blatant disregard for fair use. That's the biggest issue that I have with YouTube, is that they have a blatant disregard for fair use. Like, and with this Ubisoft showing these companies, they know that they can take advantage of this. How come this doesn't happen on Twitch? That's what I want to know. How come this doesn't happen to the extent?
Because Twitch doesn't have YouTube's the same copyright system.
That's what
they have it run in a different way.
This is
like if you're sitting on here and you're streaming a movie, right? That's when they come in and step in, right? You're streaming that kind of content. Exactly. They're better to protect you against fair use. And here's what happened. Let's say you were streaming, right? And you streamed Ubisoft's on here, and that portion, that copyrighted music, is in your VOD that's on Twitch. Sometimes, not every time, they don't catch it every time, but if they do, what they do is they only go into that VOD and they mute that specific section only of where it is. The rest of the VOD is fine.
Yeah.
But only that specific part with the music is taken.
And I have no problem with that. My problem is that, like,
it doesn't hurt your revenue.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt your channel.
That's what hurts your revenue. Yeah.
And that's the biggest issue.
Literally, streaming is one of your main. Like, honestly, I consider you on YouTube, but you're a content creator, but you're majority streamer. Streaming is what pays the bills. Streaming is what you are into. It's what your audience is into, and they literally take the right for you to do your work. So they cost you money by not streaming. They cost you your profession, your livelihood. That's where the problem is. Now, if they fixed it in like a second, that would have been a lot better. But they didn't this year. Some people got lucky and they took it away in time for Nintendo's, but most people didn't.
It took them 2.5 days. I got the message in the morning, and by then I'd already made preparations and everything like that. But that's another part that I have a problem with Ubisoft's conference, is that this happened last year and then they didn't fix it. So they made the same mistake, and they just they didn't. Oh well, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, and like they're part of the problem with what's wrong with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's petty, but yeah, part of my score for Ubisoft, I don't think I gave them did I give them an official? I gave them an F, yeah. But,
you did.
And we haven't went to Baron yet, so we'll get to Baron and get his thoughts on this. But
yeah, I'm like, how you giving out ratings before you even get to me?
Damn it, they made me miss the freaking Nintendo. Dude, I was pissed. I'll be honest. I was pissed, and
you had every right to be.
And my users deserve way better, and that's the reason why I'm making the switch over to Twitch. But we're gonna have a video on YouTube talking about that and everything like that. But yeah,
hey, there was no new Far Cry game. That was interesting.
And that's true, and we got 200 viewers in here. So damn it, you guys.
And that's close. Isn't that close to your close to your average?
Very close to my average. I mean, we might peak at 300 sometimes, but then it dips below. But to have 200 people in here. On Twitch, first podcast on here.
Let's go.
Yeah, screw you. I don't need YouTube. I really don't need their bum asses. Like,
delete the channel. Delete the channel.
Well, no, I wouldn't go that. I don't need them for streaming. Content creation. Where you at? You know what I'm saying?
You do need. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, here's the thing. With YouTube content creation, I hate the copyright stuff, but at least I can upload it. Oh, I got copyrighted. Let me fix it. You know, they give me an opportunity. Like, okay, let me fix it.
I will also say the lag, the stream lag from when we're talking to when it's streaming is literally within a second or two of when we're saying it. Compared to YouTube, it is extremely way better optimized between what you're streaming onto this.
Yeah, that's
true. The only platform I would say has the absolute fastest low latency would be Mixer. Mixer is like absolute the second you type, I see it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Don't be talking good about Mixer on Twitch, dude. Twitch ninjas will hear you.
Screw Mixer.
No idea. I'm
a guess.
Let me give a big shout out. Let's get a couple. We'll get Baron's point because I know Baron has something.
No, we don't need to hear Baron. No, we already know what he's gonna say. Man, there was no flat grass. 10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll talk about some flat grass later. But Dorkman with the 100 bits. So thank you. He says thank you for doing this. I really needed this tonight. Baron, will Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 sell more than the Avengers game?
Okay, we're gonna get to that. Relax.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
Also, the barbarian, who's a very good friend of mine since we've known each other since we were 3 or 4 years
He was
old.
on the podcast.
Yeah, he was on the podcast before. Barbarian, he did a resubscribe for 2 months, so thank you so much. He says, "Well, Twitch time, let's go." Yeah, I'm on Twitch now, man, for live streaming. So here we go,
boys.
Twitch boys. All right, so Baron, conference grade F minus Z.
Well, I need to tell you what I think first before I give.
All right, go ahead and rant already. Damn.
But yeah, Ubisoft at E3, man. I feel like they owe me some money. I feel like they should pay me for the hour and a half that I wasted of my motherfucking life of watching that conference. They owe me. They should compensate me for the bullshit they made me sit through and watch. Not only did you start with an orchestra of Assassin's Creed, which
trash.
Also
For
gave
5
us
minutes.
some kind of implication that we was going to get a new Assassin's Creed game, but no, it was Assassin's Creed Symphony, the tour. Nobody gave a damn about that. I don't even know why you cared about that, but you redeemed yourself right after that, though. You showed me Watch Dogs Legion, which looks absolutely great. It reminds me of the Getaway on PS2 back in the day, if anybody played that. So that's what I liked about it. Once I seen Granny get the strap and was busting caps, I was sold, baby. I was sold. I'm on board with the game. But everything after that, I just wanted to go upstage and punch the hell out of somebody. You came up there and you talked about Ghost Recon Breaking Point, which doesn't look impressive whatsoever. You actually brought Sam Fisher back and put him in a fucking mobile game. A mobile game!
Hell yeah.
In Just Dance. Topped it off. This is where I lost my cool watching this. You came out there with a choreographed dancing sequence. And once they was done, and I seen the screen, and I seen Just Dance 2020 is releasing on the Wii. You are so money hungry that you're releasing Just Dance on the Wii, not the Wii U, the Wii.
Here's the thing about that, Baron.
Console.
Baron, the reason they do that, there's a lot of hospitals and a lot of elder care homes that use the Wii and use that because they expensed all those Wiis for them to get exercise or for rehabilitation. So that's their main market for that. But yeah, I do think it's weird that it's on the Wii still. But that's the reason.
Well, they knock out 2 birds with 1 stone though, because
they can play on the Wii
U and on the Wii, and they literally do nothing to the game each year. All it is like a music swap, right?
Oh, it's literally just updated music on the Wii.
Yeah, all it is. So why not? And the DVDs
it costs them nothing.
The DVDs that produce on the Wii are literally like they're a cent per like 10 DVDs or something. Like it's so cheap.
I get you, but I get you. I get what your reasoning are, but still, you're releasing something on the Wii, and we're still sitting over here looking for more Switch support on other games, and you're supporting the Wii. And then I think where I really lost is that
coming to the Switch too. So.
Yeah, I know it's coming to the Switch as well. Then you came out.
That's your support,
and you showed the streaming service for $15 a month.
That's ridiculous.
I'm supposed to pay $15 a month for Assassin's Creed and Ghost Recon.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all lost your fucking minds? Y'all have completely lost your mind. $15 a month. And then when it makes it so bad, you show that it's coming to Stadia. So you basically showed that not only is people not going to buy this, you actually showed an incentive to why people shouldn't buy into Stadia. Because at this point, it's like, why even go into Stadia? If I have to pay for Stadia, pay for the full game, and then pay for a streaming service from you, I might as well just stick with a console. What's the damn point? So it's like, man, and then y'all had to end the conference in the worst way I ever seen in my life, with a Breath of the Wild ripoff of a 20-second teaser, and then you just cut to some DJ.
It just ends. I forgot. It just ended. It just stopped. Everyone's like, wait,
it just
what?
literally ended, and they cut to a DJ, and then I seen an overweight, fat-ass T-Pain trying to take on young Yachty, little Yachty, in damn Ghost Recon. And I was like, this has to be the worst ending ever. Ever.
Yeah,
if I have to give it a grade, I'll give you a fucking -100 if I really could. Because you wasted my damn time.
Is that a -100 out of 10 or a -100 out of 100?
A -100 out of a 0.
That's still a 0.
No, it's negative.
I know.
That's not.
It's basically saying it's pretty bad.
Listen, there's a reason why their company right now. It really makes sense. Their company is called Ubisoft because I did not get excited once watching this conference.
Oh man!
I will say this: I like the concept of roller champions. That's about it.
Exciting.
Yeah, well, you can go play it. You can go play it right now. It's on PC.
Go have fun. It's out.
I've seen some people play. I know there's some people on that I can see on like my Twitch that are playing Roller Champions right now. But
I'm sure it's
reminds
fun.
me of Rocket League. So.
Oh, they completely ripped off
that
Rocket
was-
League with it. You could see stuff in the background because you know how Rocket League has their specific logo for Rocket League, like the Rocket League you play in the game. Like they have one that says Roller League on the background in the back that looks just like the Rocket League logo. I'm like, you could not be more on the nose of where you trying to copy and what you're trying to go for.
yeah. Shout outs to the new Twitch follows. Thank you guys so much for the migration. A lot of you guys, I see a lot of the same names coming over from YouTube, coming over to Twitch and giving us some follows and some love, getting a lot of new follows. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. Shout outs to WYN. Is it Whiny Boo? I can't say the name. What's up, man? Thank you. Also, Loki G with the host. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And also Here For You or Here For True or Two. Here For Two. Or something like that. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the follows, dudes. I appreciate that. All right, so we all gave our scores. Ubisoft sucked. So here comes to save the day.
And titties.
Next up is Square Enix, right?
Yep.
Yes.
To save E3. Square Enix is the savior of E3, at least at the time. They were the savior of E3 because Square Enix revealed a ton of cool stuff. They really pulled on the nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Like the nostalgia chords. And I think Square Enix finally realized, like, wait a minute. We don't actually have to make new games to win E3. We can remaster games that we already have, that already have a story, scenario, blah, blah, blah. So we don't have to plan everything out over again. At least we have a base that we can work from. And we can win. We can actually win. You know? And that's the funniest thing that I realized with Square Enix. And even like with Final Fantasy VIII, you know? People were hyped for that. People were hyped for Romancing Saga, or the new Romancing Saga. Those games are finally getting localized for the first time. People were really happy about that. They had just a lot of great stuff at their show. They showed off, finally, we've got the real gameplay details and what's going on with Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was the big event where they actually had like Square Enix had a really interesting conference, and I'll let you guys get into your score or what you guys thought about it. But they did a hybrid between a live show and a Nintendo Direct. They just mixed them together, which was pretty interesting, and I think it worked well. I think it worked well except for some of the Avengers stuff, in my opinion. That didn't work so well. But the stuff that actually had the real gameplay, the way they were playing it right there, and they were talking about it, that worked really well. So I was actually excited. So their format was good. The games were good. They had remasters. They had new games. They had Final Fantasy VII Blowout. They talked about Avengers again, so I thought it was a good conference. I thought it was a very good conference, and they even left out some of it for Nintendo's, for Nintendo's show. So, so good stuff. So Abaddon, man, because I know you're a big Square Enix fan like myself. So, what were your thoughts on their conference?
The fact they kicked off the show swinging. Like they didn't waste any time with this, and that's why I think I love this conference so much, because they started off with Final Fantasy VII Remake. You would think that would be something they saved for like the middle of the show or for the end of the show.
Beginning, baby.
They kicked it off well. They kicked it off with another trailer, which was nostalgic for a lot of us who played the game. And then, like, I'm not gonna lie, the stuff with this new game continue, remake, stuff like that, I like. I like that. It's like it got you hyped. It's like, let you know where they was going with this. But this is stay on Final Fantasy VII Remake. Personally, I feel like this was the best presented game at E3. It's like you both got a deep down in how the battle system is going to work, which was a big concern for many people. Mm-hmm. And then you also got real gameplay. You saw a boss battle, which I'm blown away. They made the first boss fight, which was a fight most of us could do with our eyes closed, into a real intensive fight.
Whole boss fight.
Exactly.
They didn't just show up. They showed the whole fight.
They made a few jump cuts here and there.
Sure, but like, what other game does that? No one shows you the whole boss fight.
Exactly. To your point, you're right. Exactly. They showed the entire boss fight, and I was I was impressed that you saw more elements of the battle. Like you saw that you just can't hack and slash enemies. Like you literally have to pay attention to see where is the boss's weak spot. And I was like, okay, they did some real research. I saw that the sword changes are in real time. So when Cloud gets a new sword, he had the hard edge and he's fighting the Buster robot. So I was impressed all around with that. And then it just kind of just went for me. Like Square Enix, there was some things that were really good that I really did like. I did like Final Fantasy 8 Remastered being announced. That's actually that's next to 7. 7, 9, and 8 for me as my top 3 favorite Final Fantasies. So that's why I was happy to see that game announced. I'm trying to think. There was some other games I said they look pretty cool. They weren't really for me. I wait for the Nintendo one to talk about the one that really got me hyped. I wait for the Nintendo.
Yeah, there's one that both of us were blown. We were both blown away. So
I'll wait for that one. But Avengers, I'm sorry, I wasn't too blown away about Avengers, and I had to laugh at KEG Reacts because he came in my podcast last week telling me that this is going to make Marvel Ultimate Alliance look like a mobile game. And I'm laughing because Avengers right now, at least right now, without all the DLC, it doesn't look interesting. The character models don't really favor towards me so much. I like.
So somebody said Tony Stark looked like Angry Joe. With this character model.
Facts. So yeah, I just think I didn't care for that, and I feel like I just need to see more before I can fully judge the game. Avengers, I feel is coming out in March, the same time as Final Fantasy. Is May? I thought it was March.
It said May.
Oh, it's May. Okay, my bad. For some reason, I thought it was so March. Okay, well, still, all right, you got some time. So it's coming out in May. I feel as though they have a lot that they can still improve about the game because they improved Marvel Ultimate Alliance when we last saw it at the direct from E3. So they can still improve upon it. But right now, I'm not a believer of the game. So overall, pretty solid. It was pretty good.
Okay. Jordan?
All right, so let's get into a little bit of Squeenix. All right, so they start off the conference extremely well. I think that's one of the best presentations I've ever seen for any kind of game. They went into it, they gave you what you wanted to see, they went in depth about it, and they made it seem like they've been putting their heart and soul into this game, and it showed. And I like how they even tease when most people would say, what about Tifa? Everyone wants to see Tifa. And they're like, okay, well, we'll see her at a later point. Then you're like, oh, man, they're not going to show. But literally a few minutes later, they show her in action, and everyone gets hyped because, oh, wow, they actually showed people what they wanted to see, and it looks great. I even pre-ordered that insanely $350 edition with tax. Like I really want, even if it's just like a Play Arts figure, whatever the term is, it still looks dope because I couldn't get the Cyberpunk motorcycle statue. This is a good consolation prize. I think this is a really cool collector's edition, albeit overpriced, but it's still really cool. It got me really excited for a game that I don't love as much as everyone else. Like I like Final Fantasy VII. I've never beat it when I was younger. I never was super into the Final Fantasy games when I was younger. But this has given me interest for the story, and I really want to go through and play this game. I'm really hyped about that.
Can we talk about how this game is 2 Blu-ray discs?
It'll be the second game to do that. Red Dead Redemption did it, and now Final Fantasy is going to do that. And I'm glad that they're actually putting it on the discs and not being like, all right, here's one disc and then a 60 gigabyte download like some other things do, Spyro. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen with Final Fantasy VII when that releases. We got the release date the night before that they gave it. That's coming out in March, which is a dope time. And this is only going to be part 1. This is a part 1. So they're going to have a part 2 probably come out in a year or 2 afterwards, depending on how far along they are with that. But it was a great presentation. The rest of the show, there was some interesting stuff, some cool things that I was like, oh, that's cool. It didn't go as downhill for me. I just think it's really hard to live up starting with something that hype. That I can get where you're coming from. It's like, this is amazing, and it's like, hey, Final Fantasy 8, hey, you want it's cool, but it's not levels of cool. But by the end of it, when we get to Avengers, all right, here's the problem with how they presented Avengers. It was a very messy presentation of it. Yeah. Because they're like, look at this trailer. Now let's talk about it. And then they gave all these weird promises, but they didn't give the catch. Like, I completely think this game is going to be riddled with cosmetic microtransactions, which isn't the worst, but I don't know what else they're hiding, because they said no loot crates. They said it is, like the DLC is free,
Yeah.
but they didn't say the catch, and I don't believe that until I see it. It felt like there was a catch with it. So everyone's applauding. I didn't applaud. I'm like, okay,
I didn't really.
I know this.
Either.
I know this wording. I've heard it many times before.
Who applauded them? That's what I want to know.
They didn't,
the audience.
They didn't have a lot of heroes either.
Oh no.
Yeah, and right. I feel like they're gonna like one of their big reveals. Their little extra cutscene was Ant-Man, which I don't see Ant-Man looking like that. I didn't even know who that was Ant-Man until he shrunk the thing. That doesn't look like Ant-Man to me, what he was wearing. But and what are they? My other thing is, like, they show, like, here are the characters that are going to be important. Like, here's your main Avenger characters minus Hawkeye, because I heard someone yell in the audience, "Where's Hawkeye?" I thought that was funny. But, like, are they alluding to Captain America dies, like, in the beginning of the game? Because, like, you could play as Captain America, and then they show, like, Captain America on the thing as it blows up, and then, like, they have a memorial statue for him, like he's dead. So, like, is he just instantly going to die at the beginning of the game? I don't know, but that's weird. Nolan North is Iron Man. I think that's a good choice for voicing. The character models definitely are since they're so close to the movie, like what they're trying to do with the team, it's very uncanny seeing the different looks. It is in the Spider-Man game universe, because they are on the West Coast, as in the Spider-Man game, they make a joke saying when he goes to the Avengers Tower, he says, "Oh, they're all off on the West Coast on doing something." And now in this game, they're on the West Coast doing something. So technically, they're in the universe. I don't know. It's gameplay. That's the problem here. It's like, you gave me all this great Final Fantasy stuff, and you have a moment to the thing that everyone's waiting for, and they almost did that trick out with the Final Fantasy VIII. Like, the thing you've been waiting for. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's Avengers." Oh, it's Final Fantasy VIII. I'm still okay with that. But then they get to Avengers, and it's like, look at these cutscenes, and I'm like,
well, did it
come
look
on,
like
man.
It wasn't like they tried to make it seem as if it was gameplay, but it was like simulated gameplay and not actually
certain parts.
It looked more simulated.
It looked like fake cutscenes.
Yeah,
like that was
they were
problem.
trying to, like, in the engine, let's make it look as if you were trying to play, like, as if you were going to play. Like, No More Heroes kind of looked like that too. When what they did with No More Heroes, like, they kind of put some stuff on screen as if that was gameplay, but it just looked a little bit weird. I don't know if it was exactly, but if they tried to simulate how it was going to be gameplay,
there was something a little off with it. And I also think that the graphics, like for Crystal Dynamics, right? Plus they're working with all these other studios as well, like Eidos and like a bunch of other stuff helping out. But like for their quality standard, right? Like with even with the last, which I know a lot of people don't like it, but the last, like, Lara Croft game, the last Tomb Raider game, that game is gorgeous. Yeah. The character details are incredible. The world details are incredible. I mean, I know the game doesn't come out till May. It just didn't look polished. Like, I feel like the character models didn't look super, super great, except for a couple. And, like, the environments didn't look fully finished. I think it's cool that they have a cool cast of voice actors and whatnot, but I needed something else to wow me there, and there wasn't that wow factor for something they've been silent on for 2 years after announcing it. There was no real wow factor for me personally. If you're excited, that's great. I'm still looking forward to the game. I'm glad it's not like we heard rumors of, like that it was going to be like a way different type of game that, you don't play as these characters, you play as like you make your own character type shit. I'm glad that it's actually, you're playing as the Avengers. I just want the cast to be good. And for anyone who's saying that this game is going to smoke Marvel Ultimate Alliance, dead wrong. That game has all the characters. That game is gameplay that we've seen, which Treehouse showed a lot of it.
That gameplay
showed a lot. That gameplay looked fun. It looked cool. The characters they introduced. I like how every character in that game jumps in and it has like a Smash Bros type intro where it says their name and like a cool little tagline. Like, I'm excited about that. The Avengers game didn't give me that excitement from what they showed. That's my problem with it.
It might get there, and definitely you can see, like, obviously what they're going for, like the graphics and all that in terms of everything. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, once again, the graphics, that's the biggest thing that people are comparing about. But, like, once again, it is a completely different style. Like, they're completely different. I mean, yes, they're both Avengers or Marvel, whatever they care, but there's such a different style of game. It's almost like trying to compare like, I don't know, like what is it, like they have two different types of games you know.
It's trying to like compare. It's trying to like compare Call of Duty to Borderlands, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a call. Exactly,
Yeah, you can't even win. Borderlands is so much
Good
better.
point.
Well, it's like they're both shooters, or they're both, but they're so different. Or even games that have like two different types, like two different styles within it. Like for example, like Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like Final Fantasy, the RPG is completely different from Final Fantasy Tactics. I mean, they're both, but they're just different. You know, it's hard to kind of compare the two in terms of like the styles, or even like
I made that.
Go ahead.
No, I made that comparison basically because Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare versus Borderlands 3, is
So
like
different.
they so different, but they both look good. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Visually, they both look good. If you say visually Marvel Alliance 3 doesn't look good, something's wrong with you. Like it definitely is true to the source material when it comes to Marvel. It looks good. It's just basically like it's its own art style, and it's playing more to Marvel than what
What-
the Avengers game.
What's your thoughts on Square Enix though, in their conference?
Square Enix?
Yeah.
I think they did something that we desperately needed. They came out of the gate and they showed us gameplay. And the gameplay they showed us was absolutely incredible. I really wasn't looking forward to this game as much as others, but after seeing that gameplay and that new gameplay style with the tactical stuff, I was like, oh, I definitely want to play that. I definitely want to play that. And they gave you a lot of gameplay. And we probably overhyping it a little bit because we saw little to no gameplay before that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did spend a lot of time on it, and they definitely showed everything that everybody wanted to see out of that game. So that was great. I have no negatives to say about that whatsoever. It's just after that, it was
It's hard to
just
live up to
okay.
It's hard to live
It
up
was
to
hard to come up after that. Like you came up and you started on 10 and you had to keep it there at that point, but you just couldn't with the stuff that you was showing. You know what I mean? It was definitely some good stuff afterwards that they showed. None of it was bad, per se, but it was just not up to the level of Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was the only downfall to it. And the only thing that really drug the conference down was the last thing. Square Enix Avengers game. We've been waiting so long for this. They hyped it up on Twitter talking about you going to see Avengers at
I think
E3.
that's the
Everybody
biggest
was
problem.
losing their fucking mind and all of that. And when you showed it, I was like, okay, this is a nice cinematic thing. It's basically looking like the graphical style that I thought y'all was going to go for. And then I seen the characters. And I was like, who in the hell are these guys? Who the hell are these people? 'Cause I don't know none of these guys.
We're the Avengers.
Dog.
The Avengers.
What the hell is this?
I am
Is this
Iron
the-
Man.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh
When
my
I
God,
seen
it's
those
incredible.
faces, bro.
That's legit.
When I seen those faces, I was like, "Is this the Great Value Walmart brand of the Avengers? What
Hey,
the fuck?"
wait,
is
hold
God.
up. Hold up. Great Value. I will swear by Great Value has some good stuff. Sometimes it's better than the actual thing.
We're not saying the game's gonna be bad. It's just
I know.
saying
I'm
it's
just
just
saying.
the off-brand.
Don't knock Great Value. It's Great Value.
Oh my god! But then they were showing that trailer, and I was like, "Okay, cinematic. Okay, when they gonna get to the part where I actually see gameplay?" And they kind of never showed it.
They dropped the
But
ball.
then they came out on stage and they talked about it. They promised all this, no loot crates, no that. And they was like, and they started talking about it. I was like, okay, you're going to show me some gameplay. And you never showed me the gameplay. But you gave me a release date. You gave me a pre-order thing. You gave me a beta. And it's like, you're giving me all this, but you're not going to show me the damn game?
Nope.
It sounded suspect. When they were describing the game, it sounded like Anthem Avengers. I mean, it sounded like Anthem Avengers. Bro.
You're putting the
That's
Anthem.
what it sounded
No, but
like.
Jordan kind of said that too. Jordan was kind of, is this like a live service? Like this kind of? No, I think there's some merit
It
to
sounded
that.
like a live service game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
the
sounded like-
online
'cause it was
aspect.
like all the characters. Yeah, they were saying the Avengers characters will be added later, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up.
That's
First
that
of all,
DLC.
I don't even know why
you ain't even
why you
finished.
can't. Yeah, you ain't even finished with what the hell? I'm like,
Like,
wait a
damn
minute.
it! I mean, at least, hey, like I love Ant-Man, right? I'm cool with Ant-Man being in the game, right? Dope. But if that's your big reveal of like, guys, don't worry, we may have these Avengers, but we got a surprise. It's Ant-Man, and it's like that's Like, put Thanos in the game as a villain. Like, that would be more interesting. That's like, hey, guys, we got Ant-Man, which you didn't know who it was until he shrunk that thing. Because you couldn't tell, because they don't look like the Avengers.
And what made it worse is like we really didn't get any details on the storyline. It was like stories will be added later as this go on. What they said, Avengers will be a game that you'll be able to play for a long time. I'm like, this is sounding like Anthem, the Avengers version, and I'm like, that is scary. And then it came out later.
In under a year. Anthem died in 4 months.
Yeah.
It was dead on arrival.
And what makes it worse is that I think it was last night or this morning they confirmed that the game will have microtransactions. I'm like, oh, that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't trust what they're saying, man. There's always a catch.
Well, there has to be a catch with this because of the amount of money that they're spending on this game. Like Final Fantasy.
Just make a good game. We know what happens if
Final
you make
Fantasy
a good
VII
game,
has a catch. You know, like Final Fantasy VII has a catch. You know,
sure. I'm not saying every game has a catch, but the forefront of the game should be that it's a good game.
Well,
that it fundamentally works as a game by itself first and foremost.
There's no catch with Astral Chain, baby. That's just.
We're gonna get.
Oh, there's no catch there, man. It is straight up.
We're gonna talk about Nintendo next.
Hey, man,
don't worry.
We're gonna talk.
But my grade for them.
Grades, everybody.
My grade
around the
for
horn,
Square
Baron.
Enix.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be 8. It's just that Avengers reveal really drug it down significantly.
That's a good score.
I agree. I agree. That's why I said during my stream. It's about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm at an 8. The Avengers pushed it down to that 8. It would have definitely been at a 9 if the Avengers. It could have been a 10 if that Avengers brought it back up, but it definitely is. I'm going to firmly give it an 8. It's the second best conference.
I like the games. I like the Romancing Saga more than you guys did. I'm a big fan. So I gave it a B+. I almost gave it an A-, but I kind of settled at a B+ for it. But yeah, the amount of games, like I said, Square Enix realizes that they don't have to make new games. They just have to localize all the stupid stuff that they didn't localize the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really have to make a lot of new games, or they can remake stuff. They can literally just make remakes.
And they literally said this too. They literally said they was going to do that for the Switch.
Yeah, they did. And speaking, so we all got. But speaking of the Switch, whew, Nintendo. You know, Nintendo had their show, and YouTube actually, before we get into Nintendo, let me go and get some shout outs here. We do got a lot of people coming over from YouTube, so thank you guys. I appreciate that. This easily beats the amount of new subscribers we get. So shout outs to everybody who's making the switch over to here. And we are going to have some nice rewards for you guys. We are going to be giving away a Switch. There will be details here, so there will be that. So let's see here. Young King Entrepreneur, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Dragon Cho 90, Lace DJ, Carlos Andreas 06, Blade Master Evan subscribed on YouTube, so thank you, Blade Master Evan. He probably came over from the Twitch fam over here. Eric P with another 100-bit donation. He's the top bit leader with 1,600. So thank you, man. I appreciate that. And General Brown 178 with the follows. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. So let's go and get into Nintendo's conference here. And I'll just start off. I won't put too much, and I'll let you guys talk about it, and then we can kind of just rotate ideas because I know we all have a lot to say. So
yeah, this will be the longest segment because Nintendo, hands down, has the most to talk about.
I'm gonna try to keep it short on each segment. I guess we can just rotate between us because I know we probably could all talk like 20 or 30 minutes on each one, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever.
It was a lot, OJ. But it was a lot of stuff.
There
was a lot of stuff. So I'm not gonna talk too long. I'm gonna let you guys talk, and then maybe we can kind of just jump in and all kind of talk about it. Yo, shout outs to Aron. Yo, crazy 1,000-bit cheer from Aron. He's like, I'm ready for this Nintendo talk. 1,000-bit cheer. So thank you, Aron. That definitely makes you the bit leader here, at least for this stream. So thank you, man. Jumps you up to the second on the leaderboard. Thank you, man. Thank you for the 1,000. I appreciate that. You guys give some love. Bits, Sheningans, emotes. Put it over to Aron there. Shout outs. So to me, the craziest thing here was Trials of Mana. Look,
let's go.
Breath of the Wild 2 was crazy. But dude, Trials of Mana, I literally blown out of my seat back over here, nearly near my Wii U. Okay, my Japan, literally my seat's right here. It blew me back all the way over there, and I was just like, I'm not expecting Square Enix to care. Dude, Mana is that's my first RPG ever, by the way. Okay, so there's nostalgia here.
Taking Tetsu 3 is your first one.
My Secret of Mana.
Good taste.
Yeah, it was my first RPG ever. I remember I erased my brother's save file and got my ass beat. I erased his save file on accident and played it, and he was so mad. But then we ended up just playing because you could play multiplayer. Because I just wanted to play with, I just wanted to play, an RPG. It was my first RPG ever. Was Secret of Mana, and this franchise has been dead. There's been no new Mana games in forever. There's been no new Mana games, and when Nintendo, obviously it's a Square Enix game, but when they showed it off there, that blew me away. Obviously the impact is that it's at their show, nobody knew about it, but it's also coming to PS4 and PC. But that blew me away. That was to me one of the biggest highlights. No More Heroes. I'm just gonna go over some. No More Heroes was huge. The new trailer for Pokemon showing off some more of the stuff inside there was huge. Having all of the different things that they showing off the Astral Chain footage. The trailer for that was absolutely amazing. And Breath of the Wild 2, ending with Breath of the Wild 2, saying we got one more thing.
Never expected.
Oh my gosh,
Bro, their ending was Zelda like every direct now. They're just like, you know what? Here's new Zelda stuff every time because they know it gets a huge applause.
And the Mana Collection. The Mana Collection also being put on there. Just Shadow Drop Mana Collection. Cadence of Hyrule getting 2 days later. We didn't talk about this, but the last Remnant was also Shadow Drop at Square Enix's conference, so more Switch support. So the last
Dragoon remake.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I
didn't even hear any rumbling of that. When I saw that dragon flying, I was like, yo, is this about to be Panzer Dragoon right here?
Yeah.
And then it's like, holy dude, that dope. Like, hey,
I'm
not even talking about my turn yet. I just want to say.
Go ahead.
Just that announcement by itself.
I'll keep going. So go ahead and take it, Jordan. You go take it from there. But
I think I have the most interesting stuff to talk about in terms of I'm the one who's always giving you and you guys and everyone shit about always talking about Astral Chain. All right, because when we first saw it and they first started seeing the stuff for it, there was nothing that truly wowed me saying, okay, this is something to be super, super excited about. Like, it looked cool. I liked the setting and all that. But I will admit it. What we saw, not only in the Direct, but during Treehouse, this game looks insane. I don't know. I'm not going to go there yet because I haven't played it.
I'm going there.
But this game looks incredible. The thing that won me over where I said, oh shit, where I literally went, oh shit, was in the motorcycle sequence in the tunnel when he's jumping through over everything. And I'm like, bro, that looks fun. And it's been a long time since I just looked at a game and I'm like, yo, I want to play that now. This is like the quickest 180 I've done on a game ever, I swear. This game has turned into, oh, cool, it's another game that's coming out too. That's day one for me. This game looks dope. The gameplay looks fun. The setting, how big this game looks that's on the Switch is impressive. The cityscapes, the stuff in the detailing on every little thing looks way too good to be true, but I believe it because it's Nintendo. I believe it because the people who are working on it have clearly showed that they put a lot of time into this, and this isn't just a filler release until Bayonetta. This is something that I was like, okay, I am completely excited about this now. So right off the bat, that game, I'm on board. I'm hyped for it. I'm excited for it. It won me over. That's what I wanted to see. That was that wow moment, that spark that clicked with me. Fantastic. Pokemon stuff, fine. They really didn't need to talk about it that much. I knew they were going to include it in the Direct because they have to. But, whatever. It's fine. There's other Pokemon issues going on. I know what you're going to say.
We both did a 180 on two games that we definitely wasn't impressed with.
By the way, there was Smash too. Banjo and Smash.
I haven't even gotten into that.
Banjo and the hero in Smash. Oh my gosh.
The Luminary in Smash. I was like, wait a second. Is this Dragon Quest?
Erdrick. All of Dragon Quest 8, Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Quest 11.
I recognized 3. I had 3 for the Game Boy Color, so I was surprised.
Gosh.
I think it's exciting.
I like the Smash characters. I liked them. That wasn't my personal picks, but I was fine with what they showed. I like the way they trolled us with this Banjo-Kazooie one because I was like, this dude is he's a troll master.
I called it.
Both characters look good.
OJ, how long have I been saying that in some shape or form Banjo's coming to the Switch? I've been saying for so long that count me now, but Banjo will be in Smash Brothers with or without a brand new game. And the second that little golden puzzle piece bounces on the screen, everyone literally goes, everyone's heart stops because it's too good to be real. And then when they do the Duck Hunt Dog, funny, but the second he pops up on the screen and it's a real thing. It became a real thing. And I'm not even the biggest Smash fan. And I'm not even the biggest Banjo fan. But that moment right there, that was a moment for everyone. That moment was pure and great. And the moment for Dragon Quest is a lot more for the East. It was a lot more. There's a lot of. It wasn't really for everyone, but it's exciting to a lot of people. There's a lot of people in like Japan grew up with Dragon Quest as their nostalgic game, so this is really big to a lot of foreign players. And a lot of people here are kind of going, "Oh, who are these characters?" But this is really cool for like Akira Toriyama fans because it really sparked a lot of anime inspiration for a lot of other characters, and to see any sort of representation from him and it not being Goku, which I'm fine with. I don't really want Goku in the game. I think this is a cool way to incorporate it in. It's two really great announcements for Smash. Breath of the Wild, hands down, that ending, just saying it's now in development. I hope they don't pull a Metroid Prime 4 in a year ago. Actually, we had to start over.
No, they wouldn't do that with this one.
At least we saw something. It wasn't just a symbol.
Yeah.
They didn't even have a name for it yet. They just said the sequel to the game.
That cutscene though was way too well done. The game.
Oh, they have been working on. We've heard rumors that they've already been working on this for a while.
When they work on it. So weren't they work on this since Game Awards 16?
No, 27. They've been probably working on it since
2017. Yeah.
But I think the initial they finished the DLC, but the main team was already working on something else. But I mean, that cutscene is way too well done, and we don't know where that falls in line. So I think this game is it's gonna be it might be fall 2020.
I think it's an end of the year next year release, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm look. Y'all seen my reaction videos to that? I lost it when I literally froze because I didn't think it was going to happen. But the atmosphere, the dark atmosphere, the way they're going with it,
I love it.
It might be even darker than Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask. So I was like,
they've already said it's darker than
Majora's
Breath of the Wild and Majora's Mask. So like
they said it's darker than they said it's darker than Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
That's a depressing game.
And I'm excited about that. Like I'm really excited because like the thing that got me when we got the new art style with Breath of the Wild, right, where it's kind of cel shady, cartoonish look. It's still beautiful, but it's not realistic looking in every aspect. And when we saw that Wii U, like that years and years ago, that Wii U like fake game where it shows Link fighting that giant spider, the Scorpion character, whatever, right? Like that, I was like, oh, I want that game. And that looked like, and maybe it was the art style, but like the grittiness that had. And if this game can pull in that darkness that I want from it, like that serious tone, that like, hey, this is a little bit more mature than the last game we just did, I'm in for that. I think that was absolutely great. There was surprises in here. I completely thought Zelda, the Link's Awakening, was going to be a December game. To have that being like, no, that's dropping September.
I
was like,
yeah.
I was like, wow, dude, that's a lot earlier. That means this game's done.
September's nuts though, Jordan. Like you guys.
September is so crowded now. No, it is so. I even made a joke while I was watching when they're showing Daemon X Machina. I said, "Watch this be a September game too." And they're like, "Hey, September!" I'm like, "There is no room in September anymore." And it is Gears, and 3 days later, Borderlands. And then 7 days later, Link's Awakening, and then what? Is it the 13th as well for Daemon X Machina?
13th,
it's the same day as Borderlands.
Dragon Quest 11 is September.
Dragon Quest 11. It is such a crowded month now, and it's like, it's ridiculous. This is both a good thing and a bad thing, but only the bad thing is not in a bad thing. It's a bad thing for me personally because I have to wait longer. Is the fact that the one rumor I didn't want to be true was true, and Animal Crossing was delayed. People are saying no, it wasn't delayed. They just gave a release date. No, they said it was a 2019 game, and they even said that we said, hey, we know we said 2019, but the reason they're doing it is so that they don't overwork their employers. They want them to be happy, especially for such a relaxing game. It's good that they're not stressing them out to make that. So I will wait till early 2020. That's fine. I'm very excited for it still. I like the concept. We got the title. That's good enough for me right now. We saw some gameplay, 8-player co-op, more skin color representation.
A
lot
of
cool
things,
things.
Jordan. This Dorkman, I can't have you say this in the chat. He says, I missed the Wii U release schedule. You don't miss the Wii U release schedule.
What release schedule?
What, one game a year?
Bro, please. Dorkman, please. I'm sorry, Jordan. I don't mean to cut you off, but I saw that comment and that must be a mistake. That must be a mistake.
He trolling, bro.
He's trolling you.
I think he's joking. It's a joke.
But I can finally stop getting the fucking question. When is Spyro coming to the Switch? September 3rd. Leave me alone now, people. It is September 3rd. It's good. You know what else is good? So not only was I saying that for over a year that it's coming, right? It is going to happen. You're just going to have to wait. But the other thing I was saying also came true that same day earlier in the morning, that Spyro will be added into CTR later on this year. Yeah. Spyro will be in Crash Team Racing. So for any naysayers who say I don't know what I'm talking about or don't know the industry, I try not to speak on stuff I don't know about. Hey, what about Skate 4? My insider, my person who was telling me about it, I know that the game is in existence. I've seen what the game was going to be before it was scrapped last year, before E3, to what it was going to be. And then EA decided to take all of their announcements this year and not focus on them. That got pushed back. Hey, there's a new Mass Effect that they were going to announce that's not Andromeda. But guess what? That got scrapped right now in terms of announcing it. They didn't want to cause any more shitstorm with that. So I try to not speak on when I talk about it. I try to actually bring some facts and knowledge. I'm just glad that Spyro is coming to the Switch and people can leave me alone. All right. You can play it on your Switch. You can play it on PC. It's September 3rd. Play it. Leave me alone. It's great. Okay, I'm done. Is my Spyro era done? Can I stop talking about Spyro for the rest of my life now?
You've been talking about so much movies and food and games, and I think people have realized that unless you're eating like Spyro and food, I mean that'd be like the next thing that I would think. But real quick before we get into what Baron has to say too, shout outs to Eric P. With 400 bits total, 2 different cheers, 400 bits total. Nice. Thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate that. The move to Twitch is nerve-wracking as hell. I actually didn't sleep a wink, even though I got no sleep last night from doing all this stuff, switching up. So I didn't really sleep that well. I was tossing and turning, but you guys are definitely making me feel a little bit more at ease because we got 200 people plus watching, so this is right around what we'd be numbers-wise. So thank you guys. Also, Narismo with the follow as well. Thank you so much. So Baron, your thoughts, what do you think, man, in terms of Nintendo?
My thoughts is, first and foremost, I have to put this out here because this is definitely two of the many biggest hitters of this Direct. Astral Chain, I told you so. In Platinum, I trust. I do not denounce anything they tell me when they tell me something. Astral Chain has to be front runner for Game of the Year. I don't see anything beating that. If you ain't seen that gameplay demo by now, slap yourself and go watch the whole hour because it's that incredible. I don't know.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know how they come up with these concepts of gameplay, but they come up with it and they freaking blow your mind every time. Everything about Astral Chain is great. It has a great narrative and a great storyline. The graphics are incredible. The gameplay incredible. Astral Chain is the complete package, and I can't see anything beating that. That is just absolutely incredible, man.
I wanted to ask your thoughts on this. I wanted to ask because Astral Chain, I was talking about it. I said Astral Chain has a combination of Bayonetta, Nier, and Batman Arkham. It's because it has the iris, which is like you investigate, right? So you investigate like the red matter. You can play back different things. You have like your detective vision, basically. Then where you have to go and then you have to like talk to different police officers and get stuff. And it has like an open-ended kind of city. It's not open world, but it has like an open-ended city to where you can do side quests. So it's like Batman Arkham City or whatever. And it also has the Bayonetta, aspect because of the combos, but then it also has the Nier aspect because of the RPG. It's literally 3 of the greatest action games ever made, right? Like Batman Arkham. I think we all agree that Batman Arkham is pretty much one of the greatest action superhero or action games ever made. You know, Batman Arkham, Nier, and Bayonetta all combined into one. And Toda was like, the dude said this game's gonna be good. He just said this game's gonna be really good. Don't worry. He's like, this game's gonna be really good. He's so confident. Did you see his face when he was playing? He's like, you little don't know nothing yet. He looks like he's like, this game. He knows he feels like. He's like admitting like that Jordan energy, you know what I'm saying? Not Jordan, but like Michael Jordan.
I have that energy, bro.
Do you have that? He feels like he felt like he was like Kobe. He felt like it was like he was like Kobe on the stage. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna just. Did you see him playing the game? And he was like switching back. Oh my god! I was like, this dude's God tier. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nuts.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
It was so incredible. I would throw another game in there, Vanquish. It's basically a fusion version of all 4 of those.
A little bit of
because you can see the Vanquish influence.
The sliding and like the gunplay and the sliding a little bit.
Yeah, with the sliding and in the gunplay and the quick transitions you can have. That's definitely coming from a little Vanquish right there. The quick transitions like from each Legion. I love that. And plus the slow down when you switch to legions. I could talk about this game all damn day. It's like it's just so incredible, man. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And hats off to Nintendo for keep funding platinum games. Please keep doing it, because every time y'all give them whatever they want financially, they give us gold. So keep doing it. And what's so scary is that you see how incredible platinum games is. And I have to address the elephant in the room, which is Bayonetta 3. They commented on Bayonetta 3 after they did direct because people asked them. Did you see what they said about Bayonetta 3?
Yeah, they said that it's going.
Did you read what they said?
It's going super smoothly, and everything. It's even going, but they're just tired of people talking about because they want to talk about Astral Chain. They want to push Astral Chain.
So we know Bayonetta 3 was held back because of Astral Chain because they knew what they had in that. They said it's going very smoothly. We are quiet because we're hard at work. We are putting our all into Bayonetta 3. When they said that, I said, oh, man, y'all better watch out because this game is going to be even more incredible than what Astral Chain is coming. Because I never heard them say we're putting our all into something. Mm-hmm. But that's what they're saying. So I'm like,
Toda
they was great for...
Toda said that with, because this is his debut, the guy who was playing, the Japanese. Yeah. He said, I'm putting everything that I got, because, like, obviously... This is his big break, because he was a developer on Nier. He was one of the producers, but this is his lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he said that, but it was just
his lead game.
Yeah. So, but no, I see what you're saying though. In terms of what they said, in terms of they said it's probably gonna be their best game ever made. They said that about Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
So
and it's good that they didn't show it, because now that you see Astral Chain, and if Bayonetta was shown, I think they kind of could have took hype from each other. They kind of could have cannibalized each other a little bit. So I'm glad they didn't show it. I'm glad they held off. And we'll probably see Bayonetta 3 around the Game Awards. I would say by that time, Astral Chain would have been out for a few months. So we probably will see it around then. But they made the right decision by not showing her and focusing on Astral Chain, because this game deserves every bit of attention. And the next thing I have to go into is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Every concern, every doubt you had about this game has been put to rest. If you have not seen that gameplay, this game will absolutely shit on that Marvel Avengers game.
33 characters? 33 characters starting out?
And that's what we know of right now.
Yeah.
Because there's still more characters they haven't shown that you can unlock in the game. And then they announced an expansion pass as well. So it's like ridiculous, man. It's like that game looks fun. It's very stylistic. It looks great. You can play. There's no way you're going to go into this game not having a character that you want to play with. That's how big the roster is. So it's like, I was trying to tell y'all again about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. If you wasn't on it, you better get on it. This game is incredible, and it's the only game that Nintendo is sending out to demo stations in Best Buy. That's how confident they're into this game. So that's absolutely incredible as well. Some game that's going under the radar just a little bit, but looked absolutely phenomenal, was Luigi's Mansion 3. I love the gameplay. I love the story-driven game that they're making Luigi's Mansion 3 into. I love that. About Mario and crew going on a vacation. They check into a hotel and shit just go haywire. That's awesome. I love that. I love the edginess they put into it. I love the new gameplay mechanics. The multiplayer seems pretty cool. 8-player online co-op with friends.
Yo, did you see the new moves?
I had to put that out there.
Did you see the new moves? The slam and the suction.
Yeah.
That stuff
was
dope.
dope. That was
OJ
dope.
loves slamming and sucking.
It was dope.
You know.
Wow.
I knew it was coming. This might be a good time before we kind of
you did know it was coming.
To what Baron has, or to what maybe Abaddon has to say too. But we got a couple different bits. Shout outs to the love tonight, guys. Seriously. Eric P with another 200-bit cheer. Eric P with another 200-bit cheer. I think I got those. But then Aron said Breath of the Wild is a 2020 game. So shout outs to Aron with 100 bits. And then Master Dragon gave us a little host. So thank you, Master Dragon. Appreciate that. Always bringing in new viewers. And then Eric P with 1,000-bit cheer. So big, almost Konohamaru Toei Blaster there. Don't worry, guys. I am going to be changing the bit stuff. So we are going to have different. We're going to have Ether Crystals. So we're going to have some Xenoblade flair to it. So there will be a nice little change up to the bits. So we'll look out for that. I'm going to work on it tonight. And he says, Eric P says, I got to hear real opinions on Banjo getting a new game on Nintendo and or Microsoft. So let's go ahead and let's answer his question real quick, since he did donate that 1,000. Does anybody have anything they want to say on that? Who here is a Banjo fan, like a big Banjo fan? Is anybody like an actual Banjo fan?
I'm not
a
biggest
Banjo fan. I think they'll do a game.
Okay.
I predict. That's my prediction was it will be a collaboration between Nintendo and Microsoft, and it will release on Xbox and Switch. That's what I think.
Eric P also thinks that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be March 3rd, 2021. So a 3-year anniversary of the original Breath of the Wild. So he thinks it's going to be that. So
I just want to bring up 2 things.
Yeah, go ahead.
That I forgot to bring up.
Yeah.
One is the fact that The Witcher 3 is coming.
Yes.
The PS2 version of it is coming. I mean, I'm glad that a game that scale is coming to the Switch, but at what cost at one point, dude? I saw every edge from that game. Like everything had a jagged edge to the point where I was like, this literally looks like it's running on like late PS2 hardware. Because I played Witcher 3 on like ultra settings on a PC. All right. So like looking at it compared to the insane graphics the game has to like this version, it's jarring to me. For anyone who's never played it and wants it on the Switch and can play it on it, it's dope. The game is great. I'm sure it doesn't affect the game, but let me tell you, the graphics is definitely jarring. If there's anyone doing comparison videos of that trailer,
Nate from Direct Feed Games did a comparison trailer. I mean, we can watch it. I guess that might be good because some people probably haven't seen it yet. But there was
the thing is, I want to wait till the game comes out because that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, judging off the trailer.
That was handheld. That definitely wasn't docked. You can definitely tell. And the thing about that is that the official Witcher account released screenshots after the direct, and they also released some information. So you can even see in the official screenshots captured from the Nintendo Switch that footage from the trailer was
there is no texture. There is no texture on that rope. If you go back to that rope they were just showing, there is no texture on the rope. Like it's fine. Like I'm not saying it's bad, but there's someone who has played it in the highest quality possible. It's just a jarring look to me.
This is the PS4 version of the game, so it's compared.
I think the game looks great on PS4 as well. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying as a joke, it's definitely a very downgraded looking version. The game is fine. There's a lot of people in the chat that are like saying I'm crazy. I'm just saying I know. Like look at that. Watch the rope. The rope has like no texture, then it gets more texture.
Yeah, let's see the rope.
I got Jordan. I'm agreeing with you, but I know that's handheld footage. That's definitely handheld.
Sure, absolutely. I'm not debating that. I'm not going to argue that.
It might be docked footage, right?
Who knows?
If you've seen the screenshots, you know that's not docked footage.
Hey, guys, everyone in the chat. It looked. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just making a joke there. It is a fine looking version of the game. The game is still going to be a great game because it was a great game. I'm just saying the graphics to me definitely took a hit, as I knew it was going to. It just was jarring from the little preview they showed. Mm-hmm. All right, that's all I'm saying. So, I'm not hating on the game, but there's also one other. There's one other game though that I can't believe we haven't talked about yet. No More Heroes 3, damn it.
I brought it up.
You know I was going to get to that, boy.
Bro. Okay,
No More Heroes 3, bro.
There was literally no point to Travis Strikes Again because they were already in production of this game. They said, oh, if this game sells well, but there's like a teaser at the end of that game alluding to No More Heroes 3. That game was just like, can we make a couple extra bucks? Because they were already full on. Suda was already like, dude, we already got this in the bag. And at first, like that trailer started, you're like, is this No More Heroes? Wait, and then it does something weird, and you're like, wait, that's not No More Heroes. Then it's like, wait, that's No More Heroes.
I knew it was No More Heroes.
I was sitting there like, why is it like No More Heroes?
Hold up, Jordan. This how I know who's true No More Heroes fan. Anybody that's seen my reaction video to No More Heroes 3, go watch it because I knew it was No More Heroes as soon as he opened his mouth.
No, that's where I started there.
When he opens his mouth.
That's why I said, I was like, wait, is this No More Heroes? Like this is like No More Heroes. And then it was like, but am I being too skeptical? And then when he said, I'm like, oh, okay, holy shit, it is. Like I wanted to be reassured because I didn't want no bullshit where they're like, look, it's a new No More Heroes, but it's Travis Strikes Again too. You know, like I wanted to make sure. And No More Heroes 3. I don't care if that's the only thing I'm accepting of it being just a cutscene or CGI because god damn it, I'm hyped as fuck. That's a game I've been waiting for so long. I don't know if it was a cutscene or just a random CGI like mismatch.
I think it was a mixture of the two because when he first came out, it was like no actual gameplay. Then they took that off the screen. So you see trailers do that, not actual gameplay, then gameplay fades in. Mm-hmm. So I think it was a mixture of the two. I think actually the sword fight part where he was slicing people to beat him katana, I think that's gameplay. I think when he busted through the door, it was a cutscene. I think that was cutscene, and when he was sitting in the chair was a cutscene. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the character model looks pretty close to what was at the end of Travis Strikes Again. So I think it'll be similar looking to that. But I was hyped as you, man. I lost my shit. I was screaming. I was yelling. I was like, "Thank you."
I can't believe they did it this early. Bad. I wasn't expecting it this soon if they were going to do it. You know, like this is like so quick. The Travis Strikes Again came out in January, and I was like, okay, if they do development, maybe we'll hear something. And at the end of this year, or early next year, no, they're like, nah, we got something for you. And I'm just, oh, God, I'm so excited for that.
Shout out to Dreamcast guys here. So shout out to Dreamcast guys. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
I lost it. I figured he was already making this game. I think he just wanted to make some little bit more funds and more money.
Oh, and absolutely.
Shout out that it is exclusive to Nintendo Switch, which is absolutely incredible.
That was a good look.
Cannot wait to see what he is going to do.
Coming later to PS4, baby.
It's coming later.
It's going to be on No More Heroes 3 Paradise.
Yeah,
PlayStation VR support.
The second one didn't come. I want to see what he's going to be able to do with Santa Destroy the City, because he did a lot on the Wii.
Bro, no. The Wii version's open world is kind of garbage. It's garbage even for the Wii. No, because like the Wii had the Wii had like Godfather, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, the Wii had, and dude, Godfather, like the open world was way better, way better. Like there was a problem with that. Like, dude, the hitboxes.
That's what I'm saying.
Like there was like invisible hitboxes.
The hitboxes was hilarious. It was hilarious. I'm just talking about the atmosphere.
You're talking about the Godfather? I just happen to have this right here, the Godfather.
The atmosphere he had of the city, the side jobs you can do, all that stuff. I want to see what he's able to do with the Switch now. That's going to be incredible, man. And his character designs are insane. I don't know how he's going to top all those assassins he had in I'm ready to see it, bro. I'm ready to see it. I'm man. That's probably number 2 of my most hyped anticipated game for next year. That has to be number 2.
What about you, Abaddon?
I'm excited.
Any other thing that kind of caught your eye, like kind of crazy about the direct that you haven't mentioned yet?
Oh, I need to speak about. I didn't say nothing. I was just waiting for you guys to finish.
Yeah, go ahead. That's why I wanted you to hop in there, because you haven't hopped in yet. So I wanted you to hop in there. Oh, real quick before you do though, shout outs to Eric P with the 100 bits. Thank you for the support tonight, guys. Seriously, thank you. And no super chat, no 30% here. Shout outs to the Bit Boys. It says Jordan Fringe. That's day one. I have it on PS4. I'll play it on Switch. So he's
talking about Witcher.
He's talking about Witcher. Yeah. Bombs.
I agree. It's great.
Yeah. Bombs with the Twitch follow. Big Jeff with the resub on Twitch Prime. Thank you. And Valdez is coming. Shout outs to Valdez. He's a big supporter of all of ours. He watches all of our stuff at Spawncast, all that good stuff. He shared 100 bits. So thank you, Valdez is coming. I appreciate that, man. Abaddon, man.
Before I get it said, I just want you to know the Warriors are leading by 3 right now.
Yeah, Arash has been not talking about anything but basketball this whole time. So yeah, I've noticed it in the chat.
But anyway,
don't spoil the game. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Anyway,
I'm gonna go watch it.
My bad. 2 screens.
No, you good. I was just hoping that I just didn't want to hear nothing about it. So.
Okay, we won't talk about it anymore. We won't talk about it.
We won't. But anyway, let me start off with the Smash characters. Smash characters were good. I called Banjo just jokingly because I saw like the playful scene with the you saw Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool. I was like, that's on a puzzle piece. I was like, wait a sec. I was just joking. And then, we saw Banjo, and I was like, okay, cool. But the biggest thing for me was, I'm going to call it by its name. Seiken Densetsu 3 Remake.
Yes. Yes. I don't like calling it Trials of Man. I really don't like that name, actually.
I don't. I'm going to call it Seiken Densetsu 3 Remake.
It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Like
it does. It does.
It sounds just dumb. Like, I'd rather just call Secret of Mana 3 or Seiken Densetsu 3 Remake,
But I was surprised because I thought they were just announcing the collection. Like, okay, here's the collection. But I saw the HD graphic. Wait a second. I saw the name Duran. I was like, wait, what? I couldn't believe it because honestly, Trials of Mana, Seiken Densetsu 3, Secret of Mana 2, whatever you want to call it, easily For those of you that don't know, that is my favorite Super NES RPG. So that's above Mario RPG. That's above Chrono Trigger. Like that to me was the top line RPG. So I love that game, and seeing that they not only did a remake, but they made this so they took notes from their blunders with Secret of Mana 1. The gameplay looks way better. You can actually jump and attack now, which I wasn't expecting. The soundtrack is remixed well. It's not like these cheesy remakes, but it's similar to kind of how Square looked at the Final Fantasy VII remix. It still pays homage to the original really well. So I was really happy to see that. And now that we're talking about Tekken Densetsu 3, I just want to say Square Enix came at E3 swinging, both in their own conference and in Nintendo, because seeing that you're going to see all of these remakes, like 2020, it said on Twitter, it's the year of the remake. You're getting Final Fantasy VII remake. You're getting Secret of Mana 2 remake. You're getting Panzer Dragoon remake. You're getting all these games remade next year. So I'm excited to see what Square is going to bring. Link's Awakening looked really cool for me. The Dungeon Maker was a shocker.
Oh yeah,
Bro, how many times have I said, like, what if they did a Legend of Zelda Maker?
You did.
Yeah.
And what happened? They just said, instead of just making a new game, we're just gonna put it in Link's Awakening.
I don't know if it's like a full, because you can just like kind of snip and put some different parts. So it's not like a fully
Sure.
tooled,
Yeah,
Zelda Maker.
but
But maybe this is the start. Maybe this is the
Yeah,
beginning.
if this blows up, then
Yeah.
they'll turn it into something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Nintendo if it's good.
That's gonna improve the sales of the game. Like right there, having that in there is definitely gonna make more people buy the game. Right there, just having that. So
That was quality for me. And for me, again, Link's Awakening, that was the first Zelda I actually got into before Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Links to the Past, all the rest. So I was definitely excited to see that. Luigi's Mansion 3 and No More Heroes 3, I couldn't really get as excited for those because I wasn't one who played those games. Again, I never owned a GameCube, so I missed the Luigi's Mansion boat. And when it came out,
You missed No More Heroes boat? Lord have mercy.
I missed it. Like, because
Oh,
honestly,
Feeling it.
because literally by that time I was transitioning into life where I only had a little bit of money to buy a few games. The only games that I really were buying at that time were like fighting games, like Street Fighter Anthology for the PS2, Smash Brawl for the Wii, which I somewhat regret.
why? Brawl was fun.
But after a while, like the tripping mechanics caused a lot of rage.
Yeah.
And I had a few friends who like literally hate me because someone tripped into a number 9 hammer 3 times. I was Game & Watch. That's what I'm gonna say. What other games did I like from this direct? I like seeing Astral Chains, definitely. Astral Chains, both from the direct and the Treehouse. That was really good. Fire Emblem, I'm glad they did the Treehouse presentation because that was really good. Now I'm definitely gonna look into getting this game. There was just a lot. It was a really solid direct. It was just maybe like one or two things I maybe saying, but that's about it. Actually, outside of that, this direct was honestly the best that I've seen Nintendo come out with in a very long time. Possibly their best direct. If I'm trying to think if there was ever a better direct than this, and honestly, they might not be.
2014 is what I can think of as 2014. That was a pretty solid direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2014. Shout outs to Sia35 with the 100 bits says, look at you getting emotes, and then have a Sharingan. Thank you. Eric P with 200 bits and says Nintendo and Microsoft both body Sony and the the collabers. Okay. And 25 Bruce with the follow, and then Babombs with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, Babombs. Appreciate that. Thank you for the Twitch
I will
Prime.
say Nintendo only didn't have an amazing direct, but they also had amazing coverage for everyone to see.
They did.
Their 3 days or whatever of Treehouse stuff was in depth. It showed a lot of cool stuff. It had a lot of insight, and they showed it to everyone. It wasn't just, maybe you'll find interviews and stuff later on YouTube. They were showing it and in detail. And it was a really good way of doing everything perfect, in my opinion.
That's why I love Nintendo's E3, because Nintendo's E3 isn't just that 45-minute presentation. It's 3 days worth of content. And honestly, for me, that's valuable for me because this is what's going to sell me to buy the game. This is what's going to say, you know what? This is the difference between me being hyped and me actually going out and spending my hard-earned money on the game. And Breath of the Wild 2, I wasn't expecting that. Like, after seeing Banjo, I was like, okay, you guys showed us everything. You guys got one more thing. I wanted to say Zelda, but I was like, nah, it's too good to be true. I don't want to sound like an idiot and say Zelda on my stream.
I'm just going to count every direct now they're going to end with Zelda because they keep doing it and it keeps working for them.
And
you know what was funny about the whole thing though? When they went into the Breath of the Wild sequence, I sat here, I was like, oh, this looks very Metroid-y. Then I was like, wait, no, Bayonetta. Then I was like, no, Metroid. Then I went back, I said, wait a minute, man, that sounds familiar. And when he was riding that elephant or ram, whatever it was, I was like, are you shitting me? I was like, are you shitting me? I literally said that because I knew what it was. And
my friends were like, no, as we were watching it, they were like, oh no, this is going to be DLC. And I said, bro, they said they're done with DLC. This ain't no DLC, bro.
It wasn't DLC.
This they wouldn't hype it up this much at the end if it was just DLC.
First of all, if you thought that was DLC, something's wrong with you. You could tell off the bat once you've seen Link,
the graphics
was like 4 or 5 times better. You could already tell. I was like, oh my god,
fully on board with it being a brand new thing, and it was great. I'm glad. I like that they're continuing what made it so successful. Like this generation is like, all right, we're gonna do Breath of the Wild for another one for this type of game, and I'm excited to see what changes they implement to make it different, how dark it's gonna be. Literally, they could just put a new title on it and give us basically the same game, and I'd be happy because.
But here's the thing: I think people ain't really thinking about it because they so hyped for it. The first game had the crutch of being on the Wii U. That crutch is gone.
Yeah.
So just imagine how much more stuff, and it's crazy to think about because Breath of the Wild was almost perfect. Just think about how much he can do now that the Wii U crutch is off.
The thing about it is that there's so many things that Breath of the Wild can do to make the game even better than what it was. That's the funny thing about Breath of the Wild. They can add dungeons into the open world. They can do more of that. They can add a repair system. They can add more mechanics to upgrade weapons. There's all sorts of stuff they can do to make it better.
Also, less rain.
Less rain.
I'm gonna get even more thick grass.
Or how about this? How about weapons that you can craft or material that you can craft to help you deal with rain? You know?
Yeah.
Better. Yeah, I'm down for stuff like that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And you know what else? You know to make it better? Make it multiplayer. Add some more characters to it.
Well, maybe
I
you
think
can play
Zelda's gonna be playable.
Zelda.
Yes.
Zelda looked like it could be playable. She was there.
And they wouldn't answer. They wouldn't answer whether or not, like, hey, is the character playable or not? Like, they said, nope, we're not answering. Dude, I think Zelda's playable. I think you're gonna be able to play co-op between Link and, like, literally.
That's what I was about to say.
There.
What if they pull a co-op Zelda? That is fucking crazy.
That would revolutionize it.
That would revolutionize this. Yeah.
If that's the secret that we don't know, and that's what they implement, and it works even a fraction as good as Breath of the Wild did, it's already a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like if they can implement that perfectly into the game, that game is the instant game of the year, no matter what time of the year it comes out. It can come out the day before the Game Awards or at the beginning of the year. Doesn't matter. That's instant winner.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna come like November 13th, 2020.
I do think it's a good late release in 2020. I think it'd be a good perfect time.
It feels like it.
How much?
I don't think it comes in 2020. I don't think so.
It's one of those games that could be pushed to 2021.
And I wouldn't be mad if it didn't.
But how many sales did Breath of the Wild initially do?
12 million. I think they're at 12 million right now.
Okay, this game is going to do way more than that.
Oh, this game's going to do 15 million off right
off. This game is going to make everything else look like it never came out. It is going to disgustingly upsell the Switch even more, especially when the Switch Mini is out there, Switch Mini. Pro, whatever's next. Like, it is going to propel the sales of the game and the system more than anything else ever did. 100%. Like, this is the hypest game. Pokemon does great for the system. Smash does great for the system. This, for how many people loved Breath of the Wild or was just introduced to Zelda because Breath of the Wild, and how many people now will have a Switch at this point? It's done.
The only game that I can think of is like a Mario Kart type of game. Pokemon's going to be huge.
Mario Kart. Yeah, another Mario Kart would be huge. I think next year, because we didn't get it this year, I think next year is the Mario Kart year. We get a new one.
I think that's what's crazy. It's like we still have a lot of stuff to go through. We still got to go through Prime 4. We still got to go through Bayonetta 3. We know there's going to be another Mario Kart. There's still more crazy shit to happen.
Can you think if next year? Can you imagine if next year has Bayonetta, has a Mario Kart, has Metroid and Zelda?
Oh man, that's
done.
That's already a pretty good year, dude.
That's
no more Heroes 3.
That's overkill.
Oh my god.
Well, that too, but I'm saying like if you had these 4 huge titles, done. And obviously they're going to release some sort of Pokemon next year, whether it's a Let's Go game or the third in the Sword and Shield.
Let's Go.
But like it is,
Go Silver, something.
Dude,
like that.
it is disgusting. Like there is not, you can't even put Sony up to that with a new console or Xbox with Halo on that. These are huge enough games to destroy anything in their path. Oh yeah, and Animal Crossing. Sorry, Animal Crossing next year too. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on Animal Crossing.
That's
dude. It is Nintendo has already won next year before even talking about it. Like it's like they were ready. They are so ready. The only lull they've ever really had, and it's not. I don't even consider it a lull. Was maybe like last year, right? Like there was some big things, but it wasn't as packed as year one or has been this year. They're not doing that anymore. They're already ready for the next years to go. They're like, boom, 2020 is already won. I'm sure next year when we hear about 2021 stuff, it's already going to be won. Like they're coming and swinging. They know what they've done. They know their audience now. At this point, they have a right to be cocky with how they are right now. Let them. This is their victory lap. They have come back from the depths of the Wii U era. This is a whole new way of gaming. Like this trumps any other thing that's out there right now.
Talk about something.
I agree with you on that. The way they set up their business model for the Switch is absolutely incredible, man.
Yeah,
like they have all their ducks in a row, bro. They know exactly what they're doing. They know when they're going to release stuff. They know they plan.
Systems are coming next year though, so we'll see how things work.
And they're gonna do great. There's gonna be a new Halo, and I'm sure PlayStation has a lot of stuff in their back burner. I know there's gonna be some good shit, but dude, if Nintendo drops even 2 of these like 4 or 5 big games that are supposed to come out next year, or maybe come out next year, it's already hard competition then, because Nintendo has it on lock. These are the games that people want, that people are excited for. They're not trying to do anything to deceive you. They are just an all-around game, which is what you want. Like that's amazing. That's something. Look, how many other companies can you say that are doing this with every one of their releases?
And another thing I think y'all need to just think about, I think we'll finally see that Pro model that everybody's talking about. I think you'll see that next year. I think that's next year.
I think we're going to see the mini. Honestly. We're going to see the mini a lot sooner than people think. Is what I.
We got to get some of these bits though, and cheers. And then Abaddon, I know you wanted to make a point. So J2 Blue with 100 bits and says, "Come on, OJ. We all know Sony's E3 2016 was better. Not." Eric P donated 100 bits and says, "If we get collaborated against Sony, then we'll make a new Banjo." Okay. Dorkman says panel questions. Banjo's coming. And if you could get only one game for any system in September, which would it be? September?
September, whatever.
Link's Awakening for me.
Link's Awakening?
I know I'm getting Daemon X Machina. I'm definitely getting that. Regardless of anything.
Daemon X Machina would be there's
Dragon I'm happy Quest 11. You said it right.
It was between one of those two. I know, Jordan, you're probably Borderlands, but for me, Daemon X Machina.
Oh, it has to be Borderlands for me. Yeah. Like I've been waiting for this game. Like I've already played Spyro. I'm gonna get on, so it's cool. I've already played it many times. Daemon X Machina doesn't have my highest interest. Looks cool, but I'm not like the craziest person for it.
Yeah.
Zelda looks great, but I'm gonna get more time and more enjoyment personally out of Borderlands, even over Gears 5. Like Gears 5 doesn't have me hype right now. I have no extreme excitement for Gears 5, but my Borderlands excitement through the roof. And I just want to say about Borderlands, for anyone who is saying I was silly or wrong for saying there was going to be a free DLC for Borderlands 2 that was going to be pretty lengthy, and it was free, and it was an extension of what's going to happen from the second to third game, and the exact title that I got exactly correct. Well, it happened, and I played it, and it's great. And so please tell me I'm wrong some more. It's funny. Sorry, I just wanted to be cocky about that. I was really happy. I was really happy when that shut people up. That put it out. Like, I told you.
Eric P says, "Mark my word, new Zelda, March 2021." So he's saying.
I think it's kind of crazy that Zelda. Final Fantasy VII is sharing that same Breath of the Wild date. There's something iconic about March 3rd now.
Oh yeah, March 7th.
I mean,
good date.
it's
And
I
it's
would
coming
love
out
to
on
see it during the anniversary date. I would love to see that during the anniversary date, but we'll see.
Also, shout outs to J2 Blue. Says Zelda 20 for 2020. And then Valdez is coming with 100 bits. Says Xbox will win E3 2020. Halo and Gears. Enough said.
No, there's no Gears.
Halo
next year.
and
There's no Gears.
I know there's don't be no
Yeah,
Gears.
no
next
Gears.
year.
There'll be Halo.
Gears Tactics, maybe.
Oh boy, so excited for that. I don't want a tactical Gears game. I'm not a big tactical player, but a Gears tactical. Listen, we got Gears Funko Pop coming to the cell phones. They're excited for that.
They got Halo Infinite. That was at last year's E3 where they announced it, and then they announced it kind of again at this year's E3, and now it's going to be at another E3. I mean, I know it's going to be great, but I mean,
at least next year we should hopefully get some real gameplay with Halo.
Yeah. Well,
they said that was gameplay, so
there was no actual gameplay though.
It's a really nice looking cutscene.
Yeah, it was just like a really.
They said that was gameplay.
No, it's in the game engine. It's gonna look like that, but there was no actual like.
Yeah.
It'll look better than that.
Yeah,
if what they're promising, like that's not done assets in the game.
No,
it's
running on that's how the game's gonna look.
I think the game will look better. I don't think this is anywhere final.
Well,
I think the game is going to look better.
It's going to run at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
It's going to run on what's being claimed as like this insanely powerful console. So we'll see. I'm very excited to see what it actually looks like in action. So I don't consider what we saw a preview of it. It's like a really nice looking cutscene.
A really nice looking cutscene.
Yeah.
It was nice. I don't like Halo like that, but I will give you credit for that though.
Yeah, it looks cool. I'd say I like the premise. I like where we're at in the story, but show me the game. That's what I want. I'm going to see these cutscenes anyway when I play the game. All right. All right, now it's really awkwardly quiet. What's going on, everyone? How's everyone day?
I don't know.
We just taking back all this amazing stuff Nintendo threw at us.
How do we do? All right. So what we need to do.
We didn't rate the conference though.
I think the rating of the conference pretty unanimous. Are we all at a 10 out of 10 on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it an S.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I gave it a
9 out of 10. What knocked it down to a 9?
Gave it a 9 out of 10?
Yes, I did. I said, like, for me personally, like, not everything was for me, but objectively, it was good for everybody else. And honestly, I knocked it down a few points off one, that Resident Evil reveal.
Oh, that was a weird reveal, yeah.
That Resident Evil reveal for me. And because of the conference, because of the direct conference, I was only being fair. I knocked this points down for Gears 5, Fire Emblem. If you didn't watch the Treehouse event, they just showed you a trailer. For Fire Emblem.
But also the game's coming out.
But the game's coming out, and it already had gameplay footage.
We've already seen it enough times.
At least, but that's my whole point. Did that really deserve like a spot?
Yeah, damn right it deserved a little bit of a spot.
What didn't serve a spot?
He said Fire Emblem doesn't deserve it. Why not? It deserves a little bit of a trailer. It showed off the time skip. It showed off the time skip for the first time.
Yeah, I think Fire Emblem didn't really show the story portion, and they did that, and it definitely deserved a spot in the direct. And I was about to talk about that because I was like,
if it was super long, then I got you. If it was super long, it's like, wait a minute, we already know about this game. It was just a little trailer showing off the time skip. That's it.
Like I said, that was just for me personally. I got more value out of it and got more of the time skip from watching the Treehouse. So that Resident Evil and that, I would just say, it wasn't perfect for me because of those two things.
So is a 10? Does something, if it's a 10 out of 10, it needs to be perfect?
That's a 10 out of 10.
Well, that's what I think a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
not me, because Breath of the Wild is a 10 out of 10, and it's not perfect.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. That was the best direct ever.
And you know what? I can give you that.
And that has to be a 10 out of 10. There's just no way else I can. Here's why I say that though. It's a 10 out of 10 because the Nintendo delivered on everything that you wanted to see. And you usually don't get that from Nintendo. Obviously, somebody always comes out of the direct like, oh, I wish I would have seen this. Oh, I wish I would have seen that. No, they gave you everything you wanted to see. And they even gave you stuff that you've been begging for. On top of that, it wasn't just Nintendo games. They showed you a lot of third-party support.
They showed there was a little thing in there not a lot of people caught. There's another Microsoft partnership that went by really quick. New Super Lucky's Tale is an Xbox game. That's a quick little throw over. That's an Xbox partnership right there.
Even Dauntless was a good reveal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those little quick things after they showed Spire. All those little quick things like Nino Kuni Remastered's coming. Like they showed a lot of quick, really good games that they breezed over just to say that hey, we got a lot too. So
oh wow, but yeah, that's just for me. That was just for me what I felt. I felt like it could have been just slightly like the Resident Evil thing. That in itself, I felt like that was like eh. But then again, what gave it points up more, even though I'm not a No Heroes fan, I give it points to No Heroes 3 because I'm like, that's a highly anticipated game. Panzer Dragoon, not a Panzer Dragoon fan, but I'm like, wow, y'all remade this. Contra,
that's a huge surprise. Oh,
Contra, the new Contra was a big surprise.
Stealth I was iffy on Contra.
Yep, apparently some
it looks weird.
That was a Wii game.
Yeah, like that Contra, it looks a little bit weird, but I'm glad that they right after but we have all the regular Contras coming. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I actually like that Contra game. It's just that it looked a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like just the graphics.
I heard
it's just the graphics looked. Oh, that's probably what it was because I was like, "Ooh, that should look better than that." But actual gameplay looked pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I was like,
I mean, I'm into it. I love OG Contra stuff, so that's why I was excited about the collection. But like, this new one kind of took me back a bit. You know, I was like, all right. You know, it's not, and I started knowing like the second I saw like that sea starting to form in the back of the fire, I was like, oh my god, this is Contra engine. And everyone I was watching with it like, there's no way it's Contra. I was like, dude, I could see the sea. The sea is coming out in the background. You don't see that giant sea? But
I'll tell you, but honestly, outside of that, it was like I said, it was a really solid direct. It was you can't really say there were many directs that were better than that. So I liked it. I liked it. It was really well put together. Just wasn't a perfect 10 out of 10 for me.
That's fair. It's your opinion on it.
Abaddon, I would come over there and powerbomb you if I could.
Boy.
10 out of 10, damn it.
Nah.
Okay, now here's the real question.
Are the Toronto Raptors about to win a championship?
What? That's all I'm about to say.
I'm watching it right now. Don't say anything because I know everybody's stream is behind.
Sorry, there's two other things we have to get at the table. One, Nessa from Pokemon. What up, girl?
Woo, what up? What is she? How old is she?
No one knows.
Let's see here. Shout outs to Kimberix, Evan from the Spawncast. Thank you for the tier 1 for the 2 months. Fairy Darkness with the 20 bits. Valdez is coming with another 100 bits. Thank you, man.
Oh my god, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is about to happen. Oh my god.
What happened? Sorry, we gotta talk. What happened here? Was there a foul or?
I don't know.
Oh my god, basketball.
Jordan, go ahead.
The real question of the entire show, at the end every conference, what was the game that you liked the most? What was the best reveal or showcase? What was the game that is like, yes, this is it for me. I love it.
I would tell you that right now. Astral Chain.
Wow, I couldn't have guessed that for you. That's crazy.
Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, I couldn't have guessed that for you. What about you?
Astral Chain.
I mean, those are the top two, honestly.
Wow. I would have
Astral
never
Chain was the
guessed.
game of the show for me.
I mean, that's the top two, Jordan. You got to be honest about it. That's the top two.
You're not wrong. But here, for me, technically, what was announced before E3 and not shown at E3. It was like right before. No, it's not Pokemon. It's SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Oh, guy.
But they also, for Destroy All Humans, there's actual gameplay that's been shown on YouTube from the show floor of that. That's a full on like remake and Unreal. It's beautiful, so that's exciting. But dude, SpongeBob, I'm the most hyped for SpongeBob because I've been waiting for that game to be something to it for forever. But if I'm going based off what's in the conference,
Jordan, come on.
Listen, shut up. Let me talk, you son of a bitch. If I'm going strictly off of in-conference stuff, not before, not after, 100%, the thing that got me the most, no, it's not Animal Crossing, even though I'm excited. I'm disappointed about the delay, but I understand, Nintendo. Take your time. Final Fantasy VII was close. That got me really excited. But here we go. Are you guys ready?
Come on, bro. What is it?
It's 11 letters.
Astral Chain.
Bingo. That was the one game where I watched the gameplay and I said, damn. that type.
What game was
And
it?
Astro
He
Chain.
said
Oh, that's
Astro Chain.
okay. Well, I
Yeah,
thought he
I
was
know
joking.
He said 11 letters, bruh.
Well, I'm not counting, bro.
Yeah, neither was I, but I just figured it was.
I'm here to take the load off you guys' shoulders.
It was the most exciting new looking thing. Like I was just so into it. I was like, yes, this is the showcase I wanted. This is the feeling I wish I had that you guys had when you first saw the initial gameplay trailer.
That's definitely game of the show. It barely edges out Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, and the reason it's close. Final Fantasy VII was really close for me.
And the reason I say it edges out because it's a brand new game,
What are they checking?
and Final Fantasy VII is a remake. That's why I said it edges out.
Exactly.
Right. There it is.
I think that.
Hey, hush, man, I'm
no,
watching.
we gotta tell you.
Hush,
No,
I'm
we
watching.
we gotta tell you.
Hush your mouth. Look, I'm gonna mute y'all.
No, don't mute
I'm
us.
gonna mute the hell out of y'all.
Where's the Canadians in the chat?
Oh, it's over.
If you're Canadian,
It's
if
over.
you're Canadian, pop up in the chat right now.
He's over.
What did the Raptors?
Oh
just
my
win?
God, this man really did it. He really did it.
Yeah, the Raptors
Oh my
won.
God.
Yeah, Raptors.
Wow.
Dude,
So
He
that
really
means,
did
so that
it,
means
bro.
somewhere right now Drake is freaking out.
yeah.
Oh,
He really
is he on the-
did
is
it.
he on
I'm
the-
feeling bad for Skip Bayless tomorrow morning. This is gonna be a rough. This is gonna be a rough one on Undisputed. So, Eric P with the 100 bits and says, "Y'all want to play a great game? The Art of Darkness on PS1. Okay.
Let's get it.
Hidden Sound, never forget. So
Why are they looking at it? It doesn't matter.
I know
The
it
clock
doesn't-
ran out. The clock ran out. It doesn't matter if the basket count.
they're gonna try to check to see if there's any.
Also,
time
I
left.
heard they're doing a Jurassic Park theme. I love that. Like in the city for celebrations and shit. Because the Raptors. So shout out to them.
Jordan is hating that we talk about basketball right now.
No, I don't mind. 'Cause
These last like 18 seconds has been like 15 minutes.
I know.
Yeah,
It's been so intense. Look at Ibaka, man. He's about to cry. Look at that.
yo.
This is amazing.
Welcome
This
to
is
the
amazing.
PE Sports Podcast.
He's gonna cry his Death Stranding Tears of Blood though.
All right. So if you guys have questions, we'll take questions for a little bit more. Then I'm gonna let these guys go.
I guess the PE title actually does make sense because in schools PEs as the physical exercise class.
Jordan is a trip, bro.
If you guys have questions, tag us in the chat and we'll ask questions.
Oh my God, bro.
This is nuts.
This is nuts. This man literally came from another team and took a team to the finals and won.
Yo, he was Jordan-esque this whole entire finals. Let's just
Thank
call
you.
it.
I appreciate that.
He says, Shadow of Nexus says, did you ever play Evil Land 2? That game is amazing. Yeah, I know you've talked to me about it before, but I did not get a chance to play it yet, man. This one's for Jordan.
Amazing,
He says, Jordan,
bro.
what moment was it when you knew Astro Chain was it for you? When I first saw the trailer.
Bro.
The first trailer.
When
The
I'm
trailer
watching this
did it for
gameplay
me.
in the treehouse, and my
It's a
man's
game
in a
not over.
motorcycle, and he is going over these ramps at high speeds and dodging shit.
game's
I was
over.
like, this is intense. That was the most intense shit I've ever seen. I was in. That sold it to me.
All right.
Also, the scope of the world that they were showing off. I started getting these, similar to why I like the theme of Cyberpunk. It's like I started getting these like Blade Runner-esque feelings, and I love Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
So I was eating it up. I was like, okay, yes, give me more, feed it to me. I'm in.
It's not over yet.
No, it's over.
It's
over.
it's okay. It's okay, Steph Curry, man.
It's-
You still one of the best
not
in the league,
over.
bro.
No, it's over.
You still
I'm
was
literally
wrestling.
watching. It's over.
No, it's over. I'm watching. It's
It's
over.
over.
Okay,
Yeah,
someone just made this. This is what the battle toad should look like. Look at these
I
guys. Look
agree.
at these.
They
Look
should
at
have
these.
looked like that. They should have really looked like that.
They're gorgeous. That's
I knew
beautiful.
the Raptors were going to win the whole time. I never said Golden State was going to win.
Stop it! Stop this!
Lying bastard. You really you try to flip flop now.
I didn't
You
know
lying
KD
bastard.
I thought KD would come back.
Oh man.
I thought Clay was going to be healthy, and I thought, look, with Clay and KD, you guys know they lose. So stop.
Listen, I was off by
Yeah,
1
dude,
point.
I knew they
said
were gonna
Raptors in
lose, bro.
5, and I was off by 1 point.
No. It's not because
Look at Kawhi. He don't even know how to celebrate.
No, listen.
Yeah,
no,
bro.
listen,
You don't even
guys.
know,
I'm
man.
from California. Yes, that's true. But I'm a Bulls fan, and I'm a Kawhi Leonard fan because he's from San Diego, and I've met him because he went to San Diego State. All my friends went to San Diego State, so I know Kawhi. I'd rather have him win than Golden State win for the 90th millionth time or whatever the case is. So whatever. Stop saying
Yeah,
OJ California.
whatever.
I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. Okay. I'm a Bulls
Yeah,
fan.
he's a Chicago Bulls fan, dude.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
a Bulls fan. Raptors
I'm a-
NBA championship. Let's go. Yeah,
Yeah,
all
dude,
right.
they won, and then they got the points, and everyone's like, "Ooh, Toronto," and it's pretty dope.
That's pretty much what's happening. Kawhi Leonard doesn't look too happy. He seems like he like got back from a rap concert right now. He doesn't look like.
You know his demeanor is so like I know in his mind he's like, I'm the best in the world now. I know
Totally.
that's what he's
I can
thinking.
totally tell, man. When he was on that court playing with the balls and he got off the court, he was like, "Shit, dude, you know who I am."
Jordan's commentary is great. Let's see here. I think it's Riley's dad. Raylan's dad says, since 90% of the games shown third quarter, what do you think will be announced fourth quarter 2019? 90% of the games showed third. I don't know if 90% of the games were shown that were third quarter. Fourth quarter, there's definitely some options. We have Luigi's Mansion. That's obviously going to be in there. You have potentially Bayonetta 3. I mean, I know Baron might like to hear that, but hey, that might come out this year. You never know. There's definitely some other games that they can talk about. Maybe even Town comes out in 2019, late 2019 as well. So they
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't see shit on Town.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Yeah,
I think that they might. They still have Nintendo guys. They still have Nintendo Directs. That's the thing that people don't realize.
Yeah,
sometimes,
we'll
too.
see the next one after Link's Awakening comes out.
Yeah, like September. I think September
August,
is so packed because there's 3 first-party releases technically in September. So
Yeah.
September is just super packed. So I think that they're gonna wait maybe till October or November. But I think Luigi's Mansion for sure is gonna be October. That's like a.
That has to be a done deal, dude. There's no way now. Like they're so wide open for that date.
Yeah. So.
I'm happy for it.
Yeah. What do you exactly want to see in the Breath of the Wild sequel? Yeah, I talked about it. Weapon, like being able to repair weapons. Maybe some just to shut the people up. Just shut some people up. Some dungeons thrown in there. Better dungeons at times. That
Less
you can,
rain.
Optional side dungeons. Optional.
No, mandatory. Damn it.
No, not man. Here's the reason why I don't want mandatory side dungeons. Like shrines aren't mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing was mandatory was like nothing's mandatory in the game.
There were people who played most of Breath of the Wild and didn't hit the first few dungeons where you learn everything.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny when they going back and like, wait, what? You could do this? There's this one Twitch streamer, I forgot her name, but she did that and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, like I don't want to be mandatorily stuck inside a water temple. Like where I have to do this. Like
No, you gotta do that water temple, bro.
Yeah, like I don't want. I know people love dungeons and they like being stuck and like doing puzzles, but to me it was a breath of fresh air, and I want them to keep that. Like I know play on the word, but to me, like if you make dungeons to where you actually want to seek them out, not because you have to do them, but you want to do them. Shrines is because I wanted to do them. I don't have to, but I wanted to do them. So if you make dungeons, like let's say you go into a dungeon, right? Like it's an optional dungeon that it's still a fully featured dungeon, and you get some super secret weapon or this amazing weapon that you can only get there. That's gonna incentivize people to go to those dungeons and explore them. Not just I have to go here because I have to. You know. So to me, I want it to be optional. I don't want it to be mandatory. Like get us some like super crafting material, or get like to where we can force together this awesome piece of armor or something. Like yeah, give us some incentives to do it. I don't want it to just be there just because.
Yo, I bet Drake's going so crazy right now that he's about to drop like a surprise album.
It's not going to be very good.
He'd be like, yeah, the Raptors. Yeah, I was in the rafters. Yeah.
He's going to cell phone.
Oh my gosh, dude. Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, let's see if there's any other questions here. Lore, collectibles. I don't need collectibles. I don't need just like a Korok seed. That's not what I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it. I want 7 million Korok seeds. Triple it, quadruple it.
They need to get rid of they need to get rid of those Korok seeds.
No, you got to get all 600.
I think there's 900.
All 900. Either way.
Nah, I'm good.
All of them. I only got like 74 or something. I don't know. But get them all. More. Damn it.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my.
Pad the gameplay.
You know, like, cause like for example, like you guys know, like what was it in the middle of like the Hyrule? There's like that the forest, like the Lost Forest or whatever.
Yeah, Lost Woods.
Lost Woods. I just stumbled across that. I had no idea.
That's what happened to me actually.
What's this? Oh, let me go take a look. It wasn't like, you need to go here in order to do something, in order to do something important. Just hey, like people talk like rumors, right? You hear rumors from people in the some of the areas, like, hey, we heard that northwest of here, there's this place. Like to me, that's dope as hell. Whereas like, I know there's gonna be this thing right here, and I have to go to this place. I want to just stumble across stuff, That's cool because like that's how it's supposed to be, like in that type of game. You're mapping it out. You have no idea where stuff is. You gotta go find it.
Or YouTube guides will show you how.
Or YouTube guides will show you. That's true. But I literally
that's
just
where all the real views are.
That's true. It is actually. I had to look up how to do a certain shrine. I was like, dude, I don't know how to do this. I had to look it up. And then the way they do it was so stupid. I was an idiot. But anyway, it was the one where you guys know the one where there's like a bunch of like different like indents for you to put like the little like the metallic balls, and like there's like just a bunch of them. You have to put them like in certain patterns. I had no idea how to do that one. I was like, what the hell is this?
I just looked up how many hearts I need for the Master Sword. That's the one thing I looked up. I was like, I want this. You can't get it right now. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, but you don't need the Master Sword to beat the game, though.
No, but I just wanted it.
No, I'm talking to somebody in the chat. He's like, well, don't you have to do enough shrine? But you don't need to do the. You can go beat Ganon. You can go naked and go.
You could literally start off the game, and if you, it's hard, but you can literally go from the start of the journey to fighting Ganon.
Yeah, I've seen people do it. There's people that really good people at the game, but
they'll speed run it real quick.
Yeah, they'll speed run it, and that's the reason why the game doesn't really have much of a speed running type of feel to it, because it's like if you're good at the game, you can just run to the temple and beat it, you know. So it's like people say like, okay, can you get like all the shrines? Like they try to make like their own things for it with Breath of the Wild, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick, guys, let's get some more stuff, and then we're gonna bounce. Eric P says, "Oh, I already got that with the 100 bits. Thank you." Displace with the follow, and 6 Metazara with the follow. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode. This was 2 hours and 30 minutes. Ooh, long episode. So it's already nearly 12 o'clock on the East Coast. So so thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Before we go, we're gonna go and do some outros. Jordan Fringe, where can they find you at, my man?
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me here on Twitch. I stream sometimes, but you can find me on YouTube. Can I link in this chat or no?
Yeah. Well, type, and then I think I need to mod you first.
Okay, I'll put mod me because I gotta get my.
Actually, I gotta go over here.
Yeah.
There you go. You're
Sorry.
modded.
Awesome. So, I started this new thing I've talked about recently called Games versus Food with Tyler. And we now have a spin-off channel that we haven't really fully announced yet. Only certain people know about it. It's called Movies versus Food. It's the same thing, except with movies. It's a weird concept. I'm going to link a video. It's really weird. We're taking the movie High School Musical, and I'm pitting it against every Lunchables that my grocery store had. So check it out. Give it a sub, maybe. It's a brand new channel. It has like 30 subs on it. You know, it's just a small thing that's going on, so check it out. You guys are the first real people aside from my Discord to really know about it, so that's what's up.
This man Danny Green had 0 points in this game.
No one
He did? Wow, that's crazy.
He had 0 points in this game. What are you doing? Okay, Abaddon, where can they find you at, my man?
Y'all can find me on Twitch, YouTube at Abaddon Smith. And I'm also like on Abaddon Smith doing reactions. I'm doing live streams. That's pretty much the basis of the channel's opinions here and there. Also got a music channel where I remix video game tracks in the hip hop field, kind of reshaping that a little bit more to make it more, just niche it down a little bit more. So having fun with that. Stay tuned for a new video next week. And that's pretty much it. My mod I can link up.
Yeah, type and I can mod you up, dude.
Cool.
Mod boys.
Yeah, go ahead. So do me like that too, OJ.
Yeah. And Baron, where can they find you at, my man?
Y'all can find me at your nearest. No, I'm just playing. Y'all can find me on YouTube, Baron Black. Y'all can find me on Twitter. I'll link it in the chat for you.
Yo,
What?
Evan just got you. He says, "quote unquote," do be like that too.
Oh my god. But anyway,
Oh my gosh.
can I link in the chat now?
You should. Did you type?
Oh crap.
You gotta type.
Never mind.
He doesn't know how to work this.
You don't got an account, do you?
No. I forgot all about that. Hold up. I'm gonna put the link in a group chat on Twitter, and one of y'all post it for me.
Wow.
Abaddon or somebody.
I got you.
Yeah, post that for me. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, man.
Hold up.
Great podcast. It was a great E3, and hey, man, we celebrating just like the Raptors right now.
Let's do it. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this one. Thank you guys for coming up and coming over and watching. Thank you for the support. Shout outs to Eric P. Shout outs to Aaron. Eric P. with 3,600 bits for just the past 2 days on Twitch, man. Thank you so much for the support, dude. I appreciate it. Aaron, everybody that came through, everybody that followed. We're gonna keep doing live streams on Twitch. This VOD will be up for members on YouTube. It will be up in 24 hours, and then everybody else will be able to watch it this weekend. So it'll be up 24 hours, then everybody else will be able to watch on the weekend. So members are still getting benefits. I will have a video explaining the move over to Twitch. So yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Say bye, Baron.
Holla.